love this place!
Hey, man, is that
Double D?
Yeah, man. Well, turn it up, man.
Let's just go in and, like, kill all the orcs, right? They're the bad guys, who gives a shit? We just hack and slash and we loot their dead bodies, right? Hack and slash, kill them all, you know, conquer the infidels.
Boy, that campaign sounds like a barrel of fun, doesn't it?
Somebody who's opening a refrigerator and leaning in, right, is the language of a woman. Somebody who's opening the refrigerator and being cut off halfway through that lean is the voice of like a mermaid or a siren, right?
This is not the face of the hobby anymore. And I think there's been mistakes made in years past where people assumed that D&D players were all, you know, white dudes in a basement. Which has been a faulty assumption for a lot of years and gets more and more false every day. And so it's, in my viewpoint, honestly, guys like me can't leave soon enough.
I just had to be born with empathy and a weakness for socialism and femboys.
You gotta put a little hot sauce on the taco, you know what I mean?
We want this dwarf to be the dwarfiest dwarf.
Right.
We want the elf to be the elfiest elf.
And just the dashiest dash of Tabasco.
Their voices need to carry across water.
I'm a creative. It's a huge drain, right? Because fans can be awful.
Al zurdo de mierda no le podés dar ni un milímetro.
¿Me podés definir zurdo de mierda que no
Todos los que, digamos, los colectivistas, los que ponen, digamos, o sea, esa idea... A ver,
¿Por qué le pones de mierda, digamos?
Porque son una mierda.
You say white lives matter, they don't. White lives don't matter because white lives aren't a thing.
I disagree. Gary.
Lutherville, Marina Del X, Otisburg. Who's this monster? She's got her own place. Otisburg. It's a little bitty place. Otisburg. Okay, I just wipe it off. That's all. It's a little town. Yep.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
5, 4, 3.
Great sandwich.
Thank you. I enjoyed having you here. You're a very good co-host.
Man, your sinewy muscles are just ripped. And look how your gleaming sweat just comes off your golden body. And the women are just looking the same. And all of them want
Double D.
Did you just give the princess wave?
I believe I might have.
All right. Hey, if that guy, I get it. People lose their hair and, you know, receding hairlines. If cue balls were a person, that guy looks like a cue ball.
Hey, now, I might resemble a cue ball now.
You don't.
No,
you don't. He actually does. His face is like really round.
The anti-Conan dude?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't kept up with him lately.
Cue ball in the corner pocket.
Well, as you can tell, we have no guests tonight. It's kind of like an old school stream, and I'm kind of happy. Not that we love our guests, of course, but every once in a while I like to just hang out with my boys. And boy number one, you know him, you love him. That's right.
Well, I'm honored that it's number one, but I feel Rogan. He's to your left. Like if you're going around the clock, it goes Rogan.
Only because you wrangle the chat.
You wrangle the chat.
You wrangle the chat. I got one for you. You don't think I got something for Rogan? I got a little something for Rogan.
Hey, bring this.
It's my quarterback.
You need to dub that over and say that. That's my Rogan.
That's my quarterback.
That's my Rogan.
How is everybody doing? See, Cal is here.
Yeah, we got a few.
Yeah, got Brother Grognard, Mark C, Nixit, Surly, Jeff from Denkar. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Yeah, Patrick Demo.
Who got an award? Did you see that? I'm scrolling up.
Oh, yeah. He's must have re-upped for the Gesticular level.
Shaboom.
Yeah. James Bacon. Try to call out all the channel members here. Yeah, Steve Cavadas, Patrick Demo, Jeff Rim, Brother Grognard, Cal. Good to see you, buddy. All right.
Hungover from the Eclipse.
That's
Hell
right.
no, man. I thought it was cool. I couldn't get enough of it. I was excited.
Yeah, we in case you guys didn't know, we're fortunate. We were fortunate enough to live like right down Broadway, like as far as this freaking Eclipse goes. Like our city was constantly called out, like in the national media, as like one of the best places to see it. And I gotta say,
I concur.
It was worth it, man.
I agree with that.
Absolutely.
There was a city in Missouri that was an X, like a perfect X. It was a total eclipse in 2017 as well, and they lucked out on this one.
Oh, wow.
I don't know the name of it, but it's in Missouri.
Missouri.
Yeah, I know some people said like, well, it was like 90% or whatever here, and we've been in like a couple years back, we were in a 90%er, and it's great. It's great, but when you're 100% like that totality, it really is like different. It's like,
oh yeah,
it's completely different. And I didn't understand. I don't think I understood it. Crazymouse, I think you said you didn't either.
I didn't understand what was really.
Yeah, I mean, I was kind of like, well,
we've been trying to book Neil deGrasse Tyson. He has not come on to explain this stuff to us. But the difference between the eclipse in 2017 and this one was a million times different.
And I was kind of just thinking like, well, it's just going to get dark again. Like, yeah, what's the big deal?
Nope.
I had no clue like what we were in store for. It was like jaw dropping.
20-degree temperature change.
Oh, and heartbeat, a drop.
Yeah, I mean,
birds went crazy.
Birds are just squawking everywhere.
They got so confused.
My wife was in tears. She was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this. This is so beautiful." We watched it with like a huge crowd of people in like a public park within walking distance from Casa de Double D. And yeah, it was beautiful. If you ever have a chance to see one, I think the next one's probably not for 20 years.
And I don't even know if we're a direct path.
We're not. We're not. But if you are anywhere near, travel. Yeah.
It got dark. I mean, like dark.
It's so weird because even like a sliver of the sun, as soon as it ended and it was back to 99%, it was like sunlight again. Like the sun is so powerful. I don't know. I'm not an astronomist. I'm a dasher, but it was crazy.
Yeah, Apocalypto. There's a great scene in there in case you haven't seen that movie. You definitely just watch that movie if you have a chance. But yeah, a total eclipse plays a big part in that movie. There is one piece of eclipse-related news I thought we could look at before we're letting some more people.
While you're queuing that up, Mrs. Mouse's mother-in-law said that she's like an ecliptomaniac now. She is ready to travel to
oh, really?
Iceland in 2026 in August. She already looked it up.
Jeez.
They have their totality there. And she said, I would love to go. And I'm thinking, Iceland?
Yeah.
That's a hike.
As my brother and sister-in-law went there. Beautiful, but that's a hike. That's a hike. All right. Mexican TV outlet accidentally airs man's testicles during solar eclipse coverage.
Okay.
This eclipse coverage was nuts.
Literally.
A Mexican news outlet is garnering ridicule online because it accidentally aired a man's testicles when presenting viewer-submitted footage of Monday's solar eclipse. They had nobody vetting this stuff. Oh, God. RCG's media 24/7 news program was covering the eclipse when its three anchors presented clips submitted by fans experiencing the phenomenon, only to fall prey to a well-known prank in Latin America. The local La Vanguardia newspaper reported.
A well-known prank. This happens a lot?
That's what I'm wondering. Like, this happens often? As the male host was listing cities from where it could be enjoyed, the clips being presented on the left side of the screen cut to a man blocking out the sun with his testicles.
Is that lady on the phone zooming in? What's she doing?
Obviously, I can't show this to you. I do believe the footage is out there, but That'll
take a look at your nuts.
YouTube will put us on the naughty list. 1 and 2 female anchors could be heard gasping in shock while her male colleague carried on, ignoring the obscene image.
He's a professional.
I mean, nobody made a comment. The moon's smaller than I remembered it being.
And fuzzier.
Smaller and fuzzier.
A little furrier.
A little furrier. Clip was quickly taken off screen. Well, I would hope so. With the male anchor explaining that the clips were submitted by viewers, as he admitted that the fervor to include fans' experience can lead to some embarrassing situations. Leads to fun for the rest of us.
That's not it right there, everybody.
Yeah, that's no. It's not uncommon for people to share clips of a so-called testicular eclipse online during a solar event, with such images previously shared during the 2019 eclipse in Chile. Man, these people south of the border, they love their balls. Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee has gotten in on the risque gag. Is it really risque? Posting a similar video on his Instagram page. Boy, it's not something I would think of. It's just hey, I want to block out the sun with my balls. I don't know.
Tommy Lee was all over that shit.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether to applaud these people or just wag my finger in partial disgust.
I'm on the applauded. I'm not. For a second there, I thought I was on the fence, but I'm kind of teetering off to the other side. You only live once. Everyone's getting a really good view of the nutsack. Just it's a very shadowy perspective.
Yeah. One ex-user with the handle Revolver claimed responsibility for submitting the clip, as he reveled in the successful prank. Greetings to all my people from Saltillo who had to watch my eggs on television because those from Rose Media neglected to review the video of the eclipse.
Sounds like
carefully.
That scene from Anchorman where they just read whatever's on the prompter.
Yeah.
We got a new video. Put it up. Do you want to look at it? Nah.
Nope.
No time.
Do it live. We'll do it live. All right. So obviously Eclipse was big news this week. Anybody in the how's the chat doing here with
there was 2 people. Our chat double D on our screen over here is really small.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
I don't know if that's just
it's I was just glad to get it out.
One.
Go ahead. You want to throw that up? Go ahead.
But anyway, there was someone who said that they didn't care about it, wasn't a big deal, which is fine. Teach their own.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I'm also going to say then you weren't in totality.
Yeah,
because
you're not.
I don't know anybody that in our city that has been like, Even Gavin, who is the most steadfast, like
sourpuss
person,
sort of. Yeah,
he was taking pictures and posting them.
Yeah, it was worth it. James Gang, $2. Talk about going balls out. Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. Thank you, James. Go ahead. Nope. There you go. All right. Yeah, good. Got to see the eclipse in totality, says Luke West. Right over his home. Yep. Same with us. Now to plan my ultimate embarrassment of Bob. We might be looking at one of Bob's videos, Cal. Yeah. Stay tuned. All right.
We look at the videos before we air them, though. So
yeah,
we don't.
We're professionals here. We don't. Yeah. We don't make such amateur mistakes. All right. So Crazymouse, Rogan. I mean, you remember Lara Croft?
Oh yeah.
Right. Video game character.
Yep.
Movie character.
Yes.
Angelina Jolie. Right.
Yep. Remember, she said, "But who sits here?" As she tapped on that chair.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't the guy from Game of Thrones in that movie? Mormont or something? The guy that was in love with Daenerys.
Yes, yeah, the kind of red-haired guy. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a little while since I've seen Tomb Raider. But I think we can all agree, very well-liked character, no matter whether you're a man or a woman.
Oh yeah.
In fact, voted the most popular, now I don't know if I necessarily agree with this, most popular video game character of all time
Over Mario?
Exactly. Yeah, that's people. Mario was 2, and everybody's like, all right, come on.
Bigger than Princess Peach?
Probably, well, it's, that could be a fight there, but not bigger than Mario. I mean, Mario is just so iconic.
If you showed Mario to your, not our grandma, but our mothers who are old, they would know who Mario is. If they showed them a picture of Lara Croft.
Yeah, they'd be like, who's that?
Isn't at one time she was the most cosplay character?
I mean, I could understand that.
Yeah, for sure. That I can definitely see.
Because you can dress her up or dress her down, But more popular than Mario?
No. Nope. All right, so our old friends Evil Hat, who's on the worst part of our list.
That's debatable.
Or isn't as hot in a thong. That's right, Nixit.
That's debatable. We're all inclusive here.
Yeah. Our old friends Evil Hat, horrible role-playing game company. Just awful. The Pits do not want conservatives playing their games. And of course, they label them fascists. So, yeah. Wretched. However, they keep getting these licenses. And they got the license to make a Lara Croft Tomb Raider RPG using the Powered by the Apocalypse system, which is the more time goes on, I don't like this system. Yeah, I just don't. I used to be like, well, it's fine for like conventions. It's easy to learn. But the more I see, what's up, Hungar? It's a way for people who don't have a brain to make game-related mechanics to just kind of shoehorn whatever their political philosophy is into a role-playing game. I do believe Thirsty Sword Lesbians was powered by the Apocalypse. A bunch of like low-effort games where it's like I don't need to worry about the rules, quote unquote. I can just put in the setting. Well, I'm sorry, you got to work a little bit on the rules. I'm not saying you have to. Bill M. Powered by the Apocalypse is weak. I agree, and I used to kind of like dance around it a little bit. I'm not dancing around it much anymore. I don't like Powered by the Apocalypse. If you like it now, that's fine. Remember, we don't have to, agree on everything. And, I suppose, if there was some iteration at a convention, fine, whatever. But good Lord, it's becoming ridiculous. The reason it's becoming ridiculous is, this is essentially what Evil Hat is going to do to Lara Croft. It's not going to be...
Her?
Well, no, let's put it this way. It's not an official... It's one that I sort of made... But if you told them this is my version of Lara Croft, they'd be like, damn right.
That reminds me of something about Mary. Who? Roller Pig?
Roller Pig? Oh, I'm sure there's going to be iterations of Lara Croft in a wheelchair. That'll be coming. All right, so let's take a deeper look, shall we?
They had to call her Two Scoops.
Two
Scoops Croft.
All right, so we just got word. Boy, this is yesterday. Hot off the press. Double D News. Tomb Raider series to escape its colonial past. Uh-oh. So they are talking here.
Man, our chat's blowing up.
Buffet Seeker.
Yeah. There's some good ones in there. Lara Croft.
Is it still up?
Yes. That was a good one.
Yeah, I'll throw it back up in a little bit. I didn't want it to block the story here. Oh, there we go. I'll grab that one, Crazymouse. Damn, Laura got dummy thick. Yep. Thank you, buddy. All right, so this kind of spilled out, and everybody now. You have to understand there's two separate markets for this game. There is a video game market, and there is this new, I guess, RPG market. Virgin ground. Couldn't be in worse hands with Evil Hat.
Oh, God.
awful, just awful.
Welcome, Orange ASP. Second stream he's checking out. Thanks for coming back.
Yep. Thank you. Good call out there, Mouse. Absolutely. Welcome to the fold.
Oh boy, some Yo Mama jokes are coming.
It's already, huh? Shark, hey, what's up, buddy? How you doing, Rich? Imagine her rage when you get between her and the all-you-can-eat buffet.
Yo Mama's so fat. Evil hat caster for Lara Croft. Thank you. That one cracked me up.
And I mean, the thing is, the video game people were initially outraged, and a lot of people were going, well, don't worry, this is just for the role-playing game.
Uh-oh.
But it's the same company that's licensing this shit out. They knew who they licensed it to. The most woke RPG company, major one, bar none. They're proud of it. They wear it like a badge of honor. So when you sell something to Evil Hat, you know what you're in for. So I would say to our video game brethren, brothers and sisters, you're going to be fucked, the next couple, Tomb Raider games that come out. Because they're showing you the way right here. And this is the way. Tomb Raider series to escape its colonial past. British adventurer Lara Croft will transition. I read that and I was like, uh-oh.
That scares
transition.
me. That scares me.
She's going to transition.
Where are we on this screen? I don't...
What's that?
Where are you reading?
Can you not see it?
I don't know where you are.
Yeah, it's there. I can see it in the live. Yep. Right here.
Okay.
Just got it?
Yep.
Yeah, so transition from being a raider of tombs to a seeker of truth as Evil Hat Productions and Crystal Dynamics seek to redefine the Tomb Raider series in order to escape a history wounded by colonialism, according to an excerpt from the official Tomb Raider Shadows of the Truth RPG. Ooh, Doctor. All right. I know we have a couple of supers.
Got a couple ones, yeah.
James, again, MVP so far, starting out strong. Her arch nemesis is diabetes, or best friend, one or the other. Thank you, James. There you go. Hot on the draw there. Patrick Demo.
I like some Yo Mama jokes. Here we go.
Evil Hat Lara. So you wanted listen.
So fat. How fat was she?
When Legolas shot her, Gimli said, "That counts as 2." There you go. Took care of you there.
I like it.
Keep them coming, boys. You're making, you're tickling Crazymouse's funny bone.
What happens, Double D, since you can't see us really? Or me, or whatever. But anyway, anytime something really funny pops up, I hurry up and look at Rogan and I point right to the screen.
That's all right. You can even stop me if something is particular.
Yeah, but with that, like if you clicked on it, it doesn't show up over that.
Yes, it will.
This would show up over that right now.
Yes, that's right. All right, so hold on. Keep it there. Keep it there.
Oh, that's what I'm saying.
See,
it
that's
wouldn't
what's
show
happening.
up over that.
Well, yeah, it doesn't show up over that.
Yep. All right. She turns.
She's looking for the truth.
Raiding, as depicted in the original Tomb Raider games and stories, involves going to ancient tombs and historical sites of different civilizations and acquiring artifacts, stealing them, actually. It operates on the assumption of finders keepers that grants raiders with the means and the drive to claim ownership of artifacts, regardless of whether they have any historical or cultural claim to the treasure.
It's like squatters.
Yeah. I mean, that's part of the fun, right? I mean, that's the whole... I mean, like Indiana Jones, Lara Croft, there's a reason these characters capture the fancy.
Yeah.
Look, the treasures they're going after are lost, right?
Yeah. And they were found.
Yeah. Remember the third Indiana Jones? It belongs in a museum. He's not like... They make it seem like they're taking these and, selling them for profit or... fencing him. I don't know. I always thought that, they ended up in a museum or, I don't know, some sort of public collection.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's a British white woman traveling around unescorted, going wherever she wants to and stealing things and shooting people with bows and arrows.
What was Indiana's real name, since the dog's name was Indiana?
Junior.
Because remember, he's
Henry
like,
Henry Jones Jr.
Henry, okay.
Yeah, it was his father's name.
Yeah, because he was like, we named the dog Indiana.
We need the dog Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, his Sean Connery was his father. Yeah, it was Henry Jones Jr.
I wish he was my father.
But so I mean, there's it's like, oh, you don't have claim to that treasure, but the fucking thing is lying in the ground, and whoever's around it doesn't have the interest or the wherewithal to pull it out of the ground, or the trapped tomb or whatever. So they're taking all the risk to do this, theoretically. But I guess these folks just wanted to lay in the ground.
But it's also, again, it's all pretend.
I know.
It's purely fiction. I mean, was there any group of people out there in the history of mankind going out and stealing things? Of course there was. Yep. But they weren't always white European people doing this.
Yep. For sure. But they're the easiest targets to blame.
Colonizers, damn them.
Get the Pinkertons after them.
That'll work.
Yep. So yeah, they're talking about historical and cultural claims to the treasure. Later games released in the franchise have started the work of addressing this by having Lara Croft acknowledge her past mistakes and try to understand and show respect for the cultures and communities she comes into contact with. She's also worked to reform Raider culture. Raider, is that Oakland Raider culture? Good luck with that, man. And raise the awareness of her peers.
Her favorite weapon is the butter knife. J-Mike, thank you.
Back in the kitchen, Laura. Back in the kitchen. Rate me up some sandwiches.
Oh boy, yep, there she is. All right. Lara no longer decorates her mantle with mythic artifacts as a raider. She prioritizes seeking out the truth. Well, who pays her then?
Right.
Who pays her? Who makes it worthwhile? I ain't risking my life to seek the quote unquote this kind of truth.
Well, it had to have been the Croft black market thing that she was doing for a long time, but apparently she's not doing that anymore. Maybe she's doing OnlyFans.
Yes, well, nowadays, yeah, that's
in the movies.
It's the Easter egg, yeah, Larga, exactly.
In the movie, she was filthy rich.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I guess maybe she is just like kind of a dilettante. But I mean, you think of someone like Indiana Jones, who's just a professor.
He was looking for the truth.
Yeah, he's looking for the truth. He's looking to just rescue this stuff, and guess why it's going to be in a museum in London or New York? It's because where most of the people go. I mean, you can put it in Timbuktu. Ain't nobody going there.
No.
I don't know.
We're in the Middle East, just throwing this out here. We're in that realm, that area, any of those countries. Is there a safe museum?
No.
None.
No.
Nowhere in any of the.
Plus, look at what ISIS did to that one city they found.
Yes.
It's been around for a couple thousand years.
Yeah.
Literally took a fucking sledgehammer to it.
Yes.
And you want to make these people the custodians of some of the world's most precious artifacts.
Right.
Well, here you go, Mohammed. To take good care of it. It's going to have a stick of dynamite in it, 2 days later. Jeez. I love this. Lara no longer decorates her mantle with mythic art. As a raider, she prioritizes seeking the truth. Much of this game is inspired by her humanity, struggle with heroism, and her tenacity. We believe that all three aspects are an important component in creating a game that celebrates history and culture while acknowledging the respect and work required to live in a world wounded by colonialism.
You know what she should do instead of doing that, if she wants all that humanity and the struggle, heroism, tenacity, and stuff like that? Be a high school guidance counselor. There you go.
Yeah.
No,
not quite as sexy, but
not quite as sexy. But there, your hands on.
It's got some teeth.
It's either doing something with the young, it takes some tenacity. There's a little danger involved there.
So this is going to be a new video game on like PlayStation or something.
This is a role-playing game, a tabletop role-playing game.
My God.
And we know exactly the kind of people that are going to buy it. So it's
Yeah. I mean, look at how, I don't know if are they going to do a Kickstarter, guys? Does anyone know? I think they might do a Kickstarter. If they do, just track the number of people backing this, on Kickstarter. That'll tell you at least a definite population of just morons. This game does not sound fun at all.
So if you were playing this, let's just pretend we were playing this at our table.
Mm-hmm.
So only one person is the star.
Well, you're supposed to have like a background. In fact, they may. There you go. There's your B team. There's the B team.
So
white guys, don't bother.
So Gavin would be Lara Croft.
Yeah.
And then we would all just be...
I'd be the guy that drove the truck.
Jim, you could be Rogan. You could be this brother here folding his arms.
That's Samoan.
Yeah. Mrs. D she'd probably be the dark-haired one. She gravitates to brunettes.
I guess I'll be Leslie Jones.
Yeah, you'll be the fat lesbian. Oh, by the way, if somebody got their hands on a fuller picture here, she has a bladed leg. Like Blade Runner, that Oscar Pistorius.
Oh yeah.
She's got a blade. She's got a blade leg.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Yeah, this is telling any white guys like this game is not for you. They do not have one on here. Not a one.
Yeah. Well, this is a boutique game. Right?
It'll do well. I guarantee you this game will do well on Kickstarter. It's just a matter of how well. Because let's face it, I mean, it is a brand. I mean, it's a well-known brand, and they're going to jam it into their stupid system.
See, that's why I asked that about it's going to be for Nintendo, because there it is right there, Shadow of the Tomb Raider returning to Xbox.
Yeah, they're just spinning off. Obviously it's still mostly a video game property, but hey, look, if they can get Evil Hat to pony up some dough, they'll take it, but they're ruining it.
You should get a copy of the video game, give it to Gavin.
Yes, have him
he
play
plays he plays a lot of video games, and have him test it out.
Yep. J Mike, she's the boulder trap in Raiders of the Lost Ark.
If you're going to have a fake leg, why would you get a blade leg? I mean, come on, this is an imaginary scenario. Get yourself a machine gun leg.
Representation.
Gosh, bless it.
Representation.
Orange asks, can't we get back to Angelina Jolie in short shorts?
Yeah. I hear you, brother. Luke West, Lara Croft so fat she eat her dinner on tectonic plates. Well done.
Yep.
Well done, Luke. Well done. All right, so is there anything else here? In this game, we seek to continue in that work.
Lara Croft was the first time I got introduced really to Angelina Jolie. If she was in before, I don't remember. But that was it for me.
Yeah, probably nothing you'd be interested in.
Yeah. So, and that was in the mid-90s. Mm-hmm. Tomb Raider came out, 95, 6, maybe 4, 5, 6. I don't know.
Yeah, she was mostly known for being Billy Bob Thornton's weird.
But that was after that.
Was that after?
I think so.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah, that was a bizarre celebrity mashup right there.
Yes, it was.
What's around your neck? Oh, there's a vial of Jolie's blood. What's around your neck? Oh, a vial of Billy Bob's blood.
Didn't she have a weird scene where she kissed her brother?
Yes.
At an award?
Yeah, that was like the Oscars, I think.
And good for him.
Yeah,
it's good for him.
They went. It wasn't just a peck on the cheek either.
There's all kinds of love.
I remember that was kind of a big thing.
It was a big thing.
People were like, "What the fuck is wrong with this chick?" All right, so finishing up here in this game, we seek to continue in that work alongside Crystal Dynamics is the company that owns the brand, the video game, and extra stuff like this by creating a sandbox for you to tell stories they're telling you how to play. A sandbox for you to tell stories that address colonialist themes in play and create your own stories of respect and support for people and cultures your seekers encounter. I want to get this fucking game, do a live play where you guys just go in and just fucking raid everything, sell it to whoever is the highest bidder. And you know what? If a couple of the locals get in the way,
right.
I'm sorry. They're just extras, right?
Yeah, man.
This is the Evil Hat site. Now, I signed up to be a test player for this, so hopefully I'll be getting some stuff.
You take the bullet for all of us.
Yeah, that's right.
You do.
Somebody's got to do it. These shoulders, relatively, we're getting broader. I'm starting to work out again. Doing them shoulder presses. I can handle a little Tomb Raider.
Yes, you can.
On my plate.
He's doing it for you guys. Know that. Double D is doing it for y'all.
I died for your sins. Remember. Yeah, explore. Now I think they play it kind of safe here. It's like, on their site, they're all cowardly. Explore hidden tombs and uncover powerful secrets. Defy danger as you race to discover forgotten artifacts and prevent nefarious forces from exploiting them. Well, doesn't that sound like fun? I mean, that should be the only thing.
Yeah, it does. That sounds fun.
Mystery awaits.
So what are the secrets? Every secret is white people are bad.
Let's go. Let's back up just for 1 second.
Mm-hmm.
Double D is 1,000,000% correct. Her relationship with Billy Bob was 2000 to 2003, and I was wrong with the movie. It said Tomb Raider came out in 2001.
Oh, I thought it was earlier than that.
I thought so too. Double D.
That's all right.
Hats off.
I knew it was in that ballpark.
You are. And then the whole Mr. and Mrs. Smith shit happened in 2005.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's when she broke up the marriage between Brad and...
that is correct.
Jennifer Aniston,
yes.
Homewrecker. Oh, well, he struck out twice there.
Could you imagine coming home? Let's pretend like you were Brad Pitt and you came home to Jennifer Aniston. How's work today, honey? Man, there's this really smoking hot chick I'm working with.
Yeah.
Better get tell your agent you got to get out of this.
Don't worry, you got nothing to worry about, Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah. Although everybody breaks up with her. Everybody's like, she's such a sweetheart. She's so cute. She's hot. But like, I don't know, man. Jennifer Aniston. Yeah, Jennifer Aniston. Everybody dumps her.
Yep.
Oh, she was married to that. Oh, I can't think of the actor's name now. Oh, heck.
Justin Trudeau.
Yes.
But John May, like everybody, the list is long. And everyone breaks up with her.
She was like John Mayer. Was she?
Yep.
John Mayer.
John Mayer went through a lot of people, though.
Yeah. Yeah. Mike says she's a problem behind the scenes. I gotta think that.
Yep.
She was like real. Like she came out during COVID and was like a real Branch Covidian. Like I gotta cut people out of my life who don't do that. Maybe there's a little bit of that going on behind the scenes.
Hey, I liked her in Meet the Millers.
Luke West. Lara Croft so fat when she hauls ass, she got to make 2 trips.
Bingo.
Bam. Yep. Shark says he's seen more attractive women at his grocery store. Ouch.
At my local grocery store.
Grocery store, yeah.
Thank God for yoga pants and middle-aged women.
That's out in the middle of nowhere. I know where Shark lives. She was, she was good looking. And look, she was great in Office Space.
I liked her in The Breakup.
Yeah, The Breakup too. That was a good movie.
That was good.
Nick just said, Vince Vaughn and Jennifer
Vince Vaughn rocks. He's good in anything he does.
I love when he goes on his rants.
Yeah. Yeah, he was... that's a very underrated movie. A lot of people didn't like it. I didn't understand why. Probably because it was just kind of... The subject matter was so, kind of bleak.
There was no happy ending.
Yeah, there was a glimmer of hope at the end. Just a glimmer.
Enough if they were going to do a sequel.
Yeah.
There's some people before... Not before they were stars, but like minor stars. Like I know that guy that plays on Yellowstone was in that movie as the perverted brother.
Mm-hmm.
Vincent D'Onofrio has a small role in that.
Yeah, another good actor.
the Glee Club singer. Lose yourself. Jon Favreau as Johnny O. Jason Bateman's in that movie too.
Damn.
That was a good movie.
Yeah.
Watch it after the stream. Don't log off and watch it now.
Yeah, don't be watching it now. What's the matter with you people? Yeah, so now they do. Evil Hat does. They give you a good tagline above to where you're getting kind of pumped, and then in this officially licensed RPG, you play members of the Truth Seekers, contemporaries of Lara Croft, who strive to reveal long-hidden knowledge and thwart those who would steal and exploit artifacts for their own gains. It's a game of action, exploration, and self-discovery. I'll be the
Brother
judge of that.
Gronard said that Vince was at GaryCon.
Yeah, he's a role player. He plays in Manganello's game, or he's been seen in Manganello's game. Yeah, Vince Vaughn's a good dude.
He was in Rudy.
Yep.
I remember seeing him the first time. I think was in the movie The Swingers.
Yep.
And that was hilarious.
Another guy who keeps his politics to himself, which means he's a Republican in Hollywood. If you don't say anything, you're probably a Republican, because you just don't want to face all the bullshit.
Oh, there's the people right there.
Yeah, I don't think they have Blade.
Maybe
Blade.
she's the crafter.
Oh yeah, they wanted to hide that. Yeah.
This almost reminds me of the what's his name's version of the Teen Titans. Oh, Kibblebottom, Kibblesmith.
Oh yeah, yeah. Snowflake and
Safe Space.
Safe Space.
Yeah, and the other troglodytes he's trying to create there got chucked.
Well, what do we think, people? Let me go back to basic here.
Wah. I disappointed.
It's my quarterback.
That's my quarterback. It is my quarterback. Forgot to take that one off the menu, so Rogan got a call out twice there.
All right, thank you.
I think Evil Hat is trash.
Yes,
it's a garbage company.
J. Mike just agreed with you. He called it hot trash.
Yep, great minds think alike. Didn't even spot it. Yep, they're just a complete garbage company. I regret, like early on in the channel, I was kind of like just looking for stuff. Journeys Through the Radiant Citadel went well enough. I had to buy that, and then I bought Thirsty Sword Lesbians. And I'm like, oh God, I can't believe even indirectly money went to those people. Never again. Never, never, never.
Well, you could get your money back if you put it up on the eBays, sold it.
Yeah.
So it'd be like you broke even.
Yeah. Spam
more,
another
you got it
edition
for
out there.
free.
Although maybe it's like The Ring, I got to kind of end it here. Do a ceremonial, we won't do a book burning. I'll just toss it in the garbage. It'll be a ceremonial, toss in the trash. Because, man, Evil Hat is such a bad company. So why would you want to play this game? You sit down, you're thinking ooh, I'm going to be a tomb explorer. What are you thinking already?
Dungeon crawling.
Yeah, modern dungeon. This is a modern dungeon crawling game. I mean, it could be a lot of fun. Battle the locals.
High-tech stuff, right? Weapons, gizmos.
Yeah. Yeah, you could put a little bit of James Bond in there if you want.
She can ride a motorcycle really good.
But there's a lot of other engines that could, we could run a game very much like that. What is the Savage Worlds is a fantastic one.
Yeah, you could easily run this kind of game in Savage Worlds. Don't give these people any money. I mean, I know this crowd, live here is not going to, but holy shit. If you're watching this after and you just stumbled on this channel, don't buy the Tomb Raider RPG. Just run your own game using something like Savage Worlds.
As a matter of fact, I think at work next week I'm going to put up flyers at my shop saying don't buy
it. That'll go over well in a welding shop, wouldn't it?
I'm like, what the hell are you talking about?
I'll tell you what would go over well. Do that, but put a picture of Lara Croft on there. Not that one, but the other one.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah. Left the other one at home. Bada bing, bada boom.
Well, congratulations, America, that is turning into the new normal.
Yeah. Yep. We got to laugh at these people, though. Laugh at them, call them dumb, call them retarded, call them whatever you have to. Make them feel bad about how they feel. Normally, you'd think like, oh, you should never do that. Yep, with these people, you want to.
They've never been properly bullied in their life.
Exactly. The worm is turning a little bit. I sense. They made that law in Scotland where you can't maliciously misgender anyone. J.K. Rowling says F it. I'm gonna do it right now, and then they have to back down and say, well, we're not going to arrest Miss Rowling. It's like people have had enough. They've just had enough of this bullshit. All right, we're gonna look at a couple of videos here. So I came across on Twitter. This is kind of this will get your blood boiling. At least it got mine at first. I just kind of wanted to see what everybody thought of this. All right, so this is just some, I don't know if they're like YouTubers or whatever themselves, or like some sort of streamers. Here we go.
Hi Sarah, how are you? How are you, Sarah? Hi. Nudes and different sentences that he.
Sarah, I'm sorry about this.
Don't.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I read about that today.
All right.
Don't fucking talk.
Idiot.
Yes,
Tell
Sarah,
him not to
sorry
talk.
about this. I'm sending him your way today. So don't worry. But yeah, so yeah, he's coming. Don't worry, he's coming home.
Whacked him right in the face.
She just like almost broke my nose. She's gonna get arrested.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Fuck you, cunt.
I like
Next time
that.
you fucking touch me, I'll fucking dick you. You understand?
He's telling her, touch me again, I'll fucking deck you.
It's not him, but it looks like Ken Jeong.
Yeah.
He
Kinda
does,
does,
But
yeah.
it's not him.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, this woman is mentally ill.
Well, think about this. If she's doing that on camera, just what does she do behind camera?
Yeah. Look at those fucking lips, man. I mean, I guarantee you she's like an OnlyFans hag.
I bet his cock's in a cage.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
for sure. Well, let's just say the tiger gets out of the cage maybe at some point. Maybe.
You understand, cunt? Hey, no, Sarah, hang up. These idiots. She posted your fucking number in her cancer Discord, and I would just be polite. Yeah, touch me and I fucking dick your dumbass bitch. I'll fucking dick you.
Stop saying. Just start doing.
As a woman,
The dumb cunt, Sarah, the dumb retard in the middle of a stream session.
Can you please delete my number from the chat?
No, she's a fucking insane person. She's a fucking
I would stop
50-year-old.
talking about.
This is like that crazy hot axis they always do,
Yes.
like online. Yeah, this woman is at the peak. I mean, because she is hot. I mean, I will say that. But fucking just nuts. Just crazy.
Dumb cunt.
He's a cuck for sure. Stay tuned, Mike.
In the middle of a street
Stay tuned.
dancing.
Yeah, Sarah, I heard you had a kid when you were 16. That's what he told me about you.
Yeah, she had
and he
a
said you're a
kid.
dumb Mexican.
I said she's a
And he
dumb
said
Mexican.
you keep showing up. And he says you won't stop texting him. But I saw the text. It's the same shit. Yeah. Yeah, what's up?
She's half your age. She's half your age.
Delete the number, please.
Pull over, dumb cunt. Pull over, dumb cunt.
Ow! No, please don't. All right, I'll stop. Okay, I'll stop.
Pull over.
Okay, I will.
Pull over, dumb cunt.
Please don't. No, I'm sorry.
No, call 911, Sarah. Call 911.
Pull over, dumb cunt. That is a... now, look, if you just saw this, without any background, you'd be like, oh, my God, this guy's a monster.
Dude,
Can we get a one in the chat if she deserved this?
But I'm cheering for him.
Oh, everybody is.
oh, I've been there.
And I mean, he's not decking her man, if I was him, I'd have done to her what...
The only thing that... the only physical... Like, he's pulling her hair, but, he did clunk her head off the steering wheel.
Yeah. Yeah, somebody said it's
I
acting.
didn't see it.
Everybody's like, yeah, this is...
I didn't see that happen.
He's pulling pretty hard if they're acting.
Good.
She's getting her neck wrenched pretty good. Pull over, dumb cunt.
I'm sorry.
It's
Oh,
staged.
he's got her hair.
Call 911.
No, I'm sorry. No, I'm so sorry. Please let me go.
Oh, you're sorry. Get the fuck out.
I'm gonna go. He's killing me.
Yeah, that ain't staged.
No! I'm gonna get...
Crazy people. She got arrested, I think, later. I think she got arrested. Somebody showed her mugshot, and it looked like her.
Yes.
So
Yeah. I think she lost her job.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was a writer for Howard Stern or something like that.
Oh, is she really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I didn't even know her.
Work with Howard Stern for some capacity.
Mm-hmm. Was he one of the ones that...
Is that Jackie the Joke Man?
He was throwing baloney on her ass or whatever. I think that was a while ago, but... So I'll just wait here then. The van.
I am not a proponent of violence against women, but I am also, fed up with these women with phineitis thinking they can do whatever the fuck they want to a guy emasculating them and strike them without there being any repercussions.
Yeah. Lost her job. Someone stole her street corner. Thank you, Widget.
She got outed from stage A to stage C.
Who? Boner Garage?
Boner Garage. Yeah. I don't think it was staged because she really did whop him. I mean, that was not staged.
Someone mentioned back in the chat a little bit ago
she popped
that it was probably staged, but it went to another level because she actually hit him and maybe was supposed to pull the punch, but she did crack him right in the face.
Yeah. Either way, she looked insufferable. So, and I mean, two things didn't seem staged to me, at least. Like he could have done some WWE type stuff and the grabbing of the hair maybe wasn't as bad. But there was one time where he wrenched her towards him, and that had to freaking hurt.
There was a part where he was grabbing her by her top of her jaw, and all I thought of is in Game of Thrones when the mountain rips that dude's jaw apart.
Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot about
the I choose violence scene.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeesh. Maybe I'd subtly block that out. All right. So I think we can safely say if this was real, even though the guy is a bit of a sad sack, I think we're all on his side here. And apparently the law was too, because she got arrested for something. So
he needed that key back to his wang. That's why he's chasing her out
right.
the car.
Give it back to me, cunt. Give it back to me.
Alyssa Jordana. Former Howard Stern writer.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
A writer. That's why she wasn't funny. There's about 5 female writers, comedians that are pretty funny, and that's it. Sorry. I like Chrissy Mayer. Chrissy Mayer is funny. She just seemed mean. This girl, that Alyssa, is that her name?
Yeah.
She just seemed really mean. I mean. Ugh. All right, so what do you guys say we do a little, I don't know, a little sorbet for that? We've got to get the bad taste out of our mouth.
Yeah.
We'll do a little bit of, a little bit of Bob.
All right.
I thought this was actually an okay video. I don't know, maybe we could see if the folks like it.
Intentionally doing a TPK to give the characters something to be mad about and have a motive to go after the BBG. Not getting into TTRPGs earlier. Really wish I had learned it when I was a kid. Same. Everybody has some regrets. I really wish I learned how to skateboard as a kid instead of seriously struggling through the basics now as an adult.
He goes skateboarding as an adult. Bob, what age... Chat, help us out. What age is too old to skateboard? Unless you're Tony Hawk.
I was just going to say, there's a caveat there.
Yeah. If you're professional or something, that's fine.
I think I stopped my career at 54. Psych.
Rogan.
I'm a little older than that.
Surly says his age. 15 years old. Bob's too nice. 18. Yeah, I'll take that. Yeah, I think once you can start to drive to the skate park, maybe it's time to just start thinking about girls and, put the skateboard away, pass it down.
Donate it.
Yeah. J. Mike, he's 33, still has his, does it from time to time. Yeah, that's okay. I think in general, though, if you're trying to get into that culture, which I have a feeling Bob's trying to maybe get into.
If you're trying to just start learning, it's probably too old. But if you've already been doing it, you get grandfathered in a little bit longer.
Yeah.
Because let's pretend you are 35 and your youngster is 8 or 9 years old and you got to teach them. Well, you got to go skate. You got to go to the skate park. You got to show them how to do it.
Yeah.
So there are it's one of those things. Mrs. Mouse can't stand it when she asks me a question and I just said, I just want a little more information before I give my answer. Why can't you just answer it? Because I want more information so I can give an intelligent
answer.
Right.
Yeah, seeing some good responses here. Skated at 12 and then at 17 and then during the in the 20s during lockdown. Yeah, I'll buy that. All right, so we'll give Bob a bit of a pass here a little bit. But
well, I don't know if I'm willing to go there because I don't see no little kids with him.
Yeah. I think he got his hair cut and he started going through kind of a crisis.
I think so too.
You think?
He was like Samson.
Yeah. I think, he lost something that he wanted. Thank you, Mrs. Bob.
I secretly like Bob. I got to tell
him
you.
Too. I
kind of like Bob. I don't know. Especially, when he's favorable in comparison to like the Genies. By the way, thank you very much for re-upping, my friend, or joining for the first time, maybe. But I agree with Mouse. Everybody should agree with Mouse.
Absolutely.
Yeah, who was that again? Let's get that up here. Zophalic. I'm not sure. It's cool. A new member. Yeah, you're a new member. Virgin.
Nice.
We'll be gentle.
One step closer to the inner circle.
We'll apply gentle pressure. Soft kisses to the back of the neck.
Hubba hubba.
You know how we roll. You know how we do.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what this YouTube channel is about. So I asked you, what is your biggest regret as a GM or a player? I want to put a bunch of these responses into a video to help newer folks. And whether or not you're new, to help you. Because I'm Bob, this is where we learn how to have more fun playing RPGs together, and a quick thank you to all 200 plus people who showed some humility on the internet. If any of these regrets resonate with you, be sure to say so in the comments. Though it was interesting to see how a couple of these comments contradict each other. So regardless, we're going to start at the bottom and work our way up to the most popular Game Master regret.
Most popular. Ooh, Tora. Almost a full year.
Yes.
He's one of the OGs.
It is, yep.
Tora 50, the path to the inner circle is eternal, but well worth it, right, my friend? Thank you so much, Tora.
Absolutely.
Good to always see you here, you
Bob
guys.
needs to change his avatar because that picture of him is with him with change that up.
Yep. Yeah, I forgot to thank you for...
He looks like one of the Alaskan, the Alaskan reality show thing. He looks like one of the brothers with that long hair.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The Alaskan bush the bush people or whatever the heck they were.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see it. It's giving him a little too much ruggedness. I think he just had the accoutrement, as they say. Devil's Advocate. What if Sarah Douglas from Conan the Destroyer offers an evening of unbridled ecstasy, but you have to learn to skateboard? You're 50 years old. What do? I go to the store, I buy a skateboard, and I learn how to skateboard.
Lots of bubble wrap.
Yep.
And duct tape.
Yeah. Remember Weird Al?
That's what I do, Howard.
Remember Weird Al with his bubble wrap in that song?
Yes.
Pop, pop. Donny Osmond's in that.
Yeah, that's...
Amish,
No. Geek and something and nerdy. Help us out, Chad.
White and
nerdy. Yep.
I love that song.
Yeah, it's probably his last legit hit. That's probably 20 years ago now.
Went out with a bang.
Yeah.
What a controversy about that afterwards. Who did the guy who did the original song was, I'm so old I can't think now. But came up and said, hey, you didn't pay us for that. And
Oh, you're thinking of Coolio.
Yes.
That's Gangster.
That's Gangsters Amish Paradise via
because the
Gangsters,
guys from White Nerdy absolutely loved that song.
Yeah.
But he went on the record saying, we put that out. Everyone loved it. He loved it. Especially
he thought
check. He goes, the fat check I gave him beforehand was good enough at the time.
Yeah, and his people cleared it. Everybody cleared it. And now Coolio's dead. So there you go.
Yeah, Coolio's dead.
Oh, wow.
That's what happens when you cross Weird Al.
Live long enough to see your
Don't
heroes
do
die.
that.
Yeah.
Don't cross Weird Al. Great concert, by the way. If you guys ever have a chance to see Weird Al in concert, go to it. He puts on a really good show. It was a fantastic concert. All right. More with Bob, the World Builder. I'd say go to his channel, but you guys have probably already made up your minds about Bob. So. But.
He's busy playing Duck Hunt.
It does look like Duck Hunt.
At the end of the video, not making time to play. I really like their honesty of not making time instead of saying not having time. I see that a lot. And the fact of the matter is, we all have the same amount of time, but we choose to do different things with it. And of course, some of those things you have chosen, like jobs, family, etc., become obligations, so it feels like you have less time. Having some predetermined, dedicated time that you schedule other things around is so important for regularly maintaining a game group.
I'll give Bob some credit here. That's probably good advice.
Yeah.
He scheduled it on his calendar. It looks like his game night's Saturday night.
Yeah. I mean, ours is just standing now, on Fridays. But yeah, you guys do have to you really do have to make time to do it. If you want it to get done, somebody's got to kind of, just kind of take charge and just be like, all right, this is when we're gonna play, and just stick with it as best you can. I mean, it's worked for us, more or less over the years.
Yeah.
Yep.
Letting modern concepts of what is good games from a player and DM POV stop me from running the game I want and can get players to play.
Critical Role.
Tired of being critiqued by people that don't play with me. That's a great point. Yeah, I think this is kind of referring to the Matt
Martin. Good point. Yeah. You neglected that, Bob.
To be fair, we only saw like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. It could be on there for Monday morning. We just don't know.
The following month.
Cursor effect that we've all heard of, where people are going to compare themselves or their game master or other players in their group to the outstanding performance that you can see and hear about online, whether or not it's actually a professional group or even just these amazing stories that people will share from their own home games. It's really just about trying to make sure your own game is fun and not worrying too much about what other people are doing. Not being able to engage some player characters in meaningful character arcs. I think that goes hand in hand with this one, where we assume every character needs to have a dedicated character arc where they grow and change and delve into some important aspect of their backstory. But again, it's really like one of these things that we see online or hear about online and we think, wow, that could be really amazing. And it probably is. But do you need to do that? No.
Bob giving out some good advice here.
Yeah,
I gotta say,
I agree.
Yeah, I mean, all right, we'll do one more Q&A, then we'll do a Scott Garibay video.
Oh, I miss Scott.
For anybody that ever watched Big Bang Theory, there was a character on there named Howard Wolowitz, and he lived with his mom for a long time. And the mom, who was never on camera but just would scream at him, I picture that being, someone mentioned Bob's mom just screaming about him going to practice his skateboarding. I just picture in the middle of Bob's videos have to be edited because his mom's screaming at him.
Grace. His mom or Grace. I think he lives with Grace. His hamster or something. I think that's his woman. Yeah, Bob. Let's hit the gym a little bit. Do some shoulder presses, man. I'm gonna prescribe shoulder presses.
What if that is him buffed up? What if that's the after?
That's cardio Bob
right
the
there. Bodybuilder.
That's not Bob the bodybuilder. That's cardio Bob we're watching right now.
2 years I'll be running into this guy at a convention.
Remember at beginning of Captain America before they buffed up Steve Rogers?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, I was.
I can do this all day.
Damn. Yeah, I'll be running from. Trying to hide from Bob.
DJ Widget says, I miss Garibay. Dude's late with my McDonald's order.
That's right.
He's eating it.
All right, let's do. We'll do one last one here. Pretty good video. You'll find it if you go to his channel. I thought he gave some pretty salient advice.
Absolutely.
More proof that he's doing 5e. He's going through the motions. He's like that stripper you see at the club, just with the 1,000-yard stare. Dancing right in front of you, but like literally like looking through the wall above you.
Couldn't tell one person. Like, I was at the club last night. I didn't see you. You danced right in front of me. Never noticed you.
Sorry.
Just going through emotions, but really good at it.
Yeah. That's the way Bob is with 5e right now. He wants to just, I mean, he is a little bit like, he loves DCC. And, aside from, them being a little too woke these days. I mean, it's a good game. It's certainly better than 5th edition. Bob will go Carrot Top on us. Yeah. Didn't he get all like ripped?
Yeah.
Carrot Top is freaking scary.
And plus not only did he go through a body transformation with his muscles, he got all that plastic surgery on his face.
Yeah. Anthony Michael Hall too. Remember him?
Mm-hmm.
Who's always cast as the dweeb in the movies, and then he's like, "Screw this."
Like Carrot Top looks like a muscular Pippi Longstockings.
We know somebody who gave him a massage, legit massage. She had a massage like spa. He was in town to do a concert. he came for a
Carrot Top.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Came for a massage. She said he was really nice. His real name is Scott, I believe. She said he was not creepy. Just real polite, real nice. Apparently just a nice guy.
To piggyback off of that story, when
See you later, Jacob.
Kid Rock was in town, we know someone who interviewed him for like the news or something, and he was like super polite.
Mm-hmm.
He left Joe Rogan speechless in a question and answer thing. It was like Joe Rogan asked him, like, if you could go back in time and spend time with anybody, who would it be? And Kid Rock thought for like maybe 5 seconds, and he's like, Jesus. And then he just said, like, Joe Rogan just like, how do you know he would be there and all this other stuff? And he just said, my faith. And Joe Rogan's like, damn, that's a good answer.
I love Kid Rock. I mean, I'll love anybody who goes against the grain these days. But yeah, he's a good dude. Yeah. All right, so let's finish up with
Joe
Bob.
Piscopo back in the day.
Oh yeah.
Remember him? Yeah. He got.
That's from Long Shot. I'm reading it at the top.
Yeah.
There.
Yeah, he got ripped.
Campaigns just will fizzle out before you even have the chance to address everybody's backstory. So, yeah, really not something to pressure yourself about. Making a game group too big. Playing with more than 6 or so players slows down combat and leaves little room for each player to roleplay or act inside. Yeah. Now, everyone has different preferences for this, and I agree. For me, even at 6 or more.
Is that Vince Vaughn right there in the front with his back turned?
I think it is. Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
That looks like his forehead.
I think that's Vince Vaughn. So he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, at least 7 players there. Maybe a 8th one. Brother Grognard says, yep, looks like it. Yeah, I had seen pictures of him. He's in Manganello's game. Probably playing a lot more now that Joe's divorced.
I mean, it does look like it, but on the top of the thing, if you just zoom in, would be the front of his face, because that's a mirror.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, it looks like it.
I think it is, yeah, even there, yeah. Yeah. There you go.
It starts to get too cumbersome, and my gosh, it gets harder and harder and harder to try to get all those backstories into the game for a meaningful character arc. Yeah, I see trying to run a group of 12 players. That's wild. And that sounds impossible to even schedule that. I don't know. Trying to stick it out with toxic players, even after sitting down and talking about the issues only for nothing to change. If it's like 2 or 3 players who keep like consistently goofing off and the other 2 or 3 players are consistently really engaged in a different way, then everybody can probably play. You just need to be in separate groups. But if there's a toxic player really causing issues at the table again and again, and you've talked to them about it and they're still doing it, they gotta go. I regret.
Bob laying down the law. All right. Let's just go right into Scotty G.
Yes.
Now I did watch this one all the way through because he was making some kind of assertions that I quite frankly I wanted to see if he was right on, and as usual he's not. So let's. Here's our boy, our favorite boy. You know him, you love him, J. Scott Garibay. Go to his channel, check him out, give him a like, subscribe.
The J stands for jumpin'.
Jumpin' Scott.
Yep.
Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons, and we
for a change
are going to talk about a harsh reality, in my humble opinion.
This is
Hasbro,
car
Dungeons
get
and
egged?
Dragons.
Look at
is
the
worth-
window, and it's like it's been wiped off.
Yeah, I see it.
I
see it.
Like when the light catches it from those street lights.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he didn't clean it with no Windex. It's like he just wiped it.
Fuck you, Garibay.
Far more than Hasbro. All right, let's get into it. All right, that's a bold statement, right? Let me back that up. All right, so Hasbro owns Dungeons and Dragons, all right? But they also own Power Rangers, and they own Peppa Pig, and they own a lot of...
Oh, wait. What just happened there? He did something with his hand. It's like he licked it all.
Let's, hold on, I'm going to try to go back here.
Uh-oh. Looking at Polynesian sauce off from his...
Yeah, what happened there?
All right, here we go. Crazymouse threw the challenge flag. Now we gotta check the tape.
Longshot noticed it too.
Hasbro owns Dungeons and Dragons, all right? But they also own Power Rangers, and they own Peppa Pig, and they own a lot of...
What was that?
Yeah, he had some food in his flavor saver there.
Something just happened.
Felt it in his flavor saver, so had to get it off camera.
Power Rangers, and they own Peppa Pig, and they own
and then he like licks the fingers.
I have to say, I found that very repulsive.
And he's got their food. Stink palm from mall rats.
Yep. In Star Trek: The Next Generation, there was the Picard maneuver. I think we're gonna have to call this the Garibay maneuver. So one last time.
Power Rangers, and they own Peppa Pig, and they own a lot of... They own Transformers.
Okay.
Right? Like, they own a lot of stuff, a lot of intellectual properties. They own G.I. Joe, right? Like, they own a ton of stuff, right? They are a large global corporation who is... Oh, they own Magic the Gathering. They own Magic the Gathering. They own the most successful collectible card game in the world. Magic the Gathering made an entire tabletop industry, right? Like, collectible card games are an industry in themselves, and they have transformed how fantasy art works. It is huge. It is a very, very big deal, right? Like, Magic the Gathering is a big deal. You can take all that, Transformers, G.I. Joe, Power Rangers, Magic the Gathering, Peppa Pig, right? Like, Hasbro owns a ton. It's nothing compared to Dungeons and Dragons.
So that was his point.
I guess.
And he said Peppa Pig
It's nothing.
like 5 times.
Yeah.
Someone said that when he hears Peppa Pig, he licks his fingers.
Somebody did one of those post-hypnotic suggestions to him. All right, Scott, every time you hear Peppa Pig,
Sophia,
you're going to gross everybody
loved
out.
Peppa Pig.
Yeah.
I remember that, yeah.
Loved Peppa Pig. Double D, when you would see her, do you remember you'd been like, I'm Peppa Pig?
I'd say, I'm Peppa Pig. She'd be like, no, I'm Peppa Pig.
She'd get all mad.
I'm Peppa Pig.
I'm Peppa Pig.
She took that shit seriously.
Dungeons and Dragons is worth more than Hasbro combined.
No, it's not.
Dungeons and Dragons is worth more than Hasbro combined. Combined with what?
All right, so just we'll stop the insanity rate here. So this is the financial statements, end of 2023. So this is the year ended 2023 here. External net revenues, if you can see this, 5.3, is that billion, I think? Yeah. Yeah, it's got to be billion, right? I think these are in millions. All right, so they had a loss this year, but let's just go by their revenues. 5 billion. Consumer products is almost 3 of the 5. Wizards and digital gaming is like 1.4. All right, so and under Wizards is D&D and Magic. And I got news for you. I think Magic might make them a little bit more money. So D&D is like 600-700 million maybe. No, they do well, as far as the profit, So it's a profitable enterprise, that's fine, but that's beside the point. And they finish up with some entertainment, and that might be like movies and shows and stuff like that they're trying to get rid of. He's not even close. Total revenues of $5 billion, and D&D is like 600-700 million of it, maybe. I'm gonna guess. So sorry, Scott. I didn't mean to do this to you. I loved you licking your hands. But you're wrong as usual.
Right? And I think this is important to understand this because Hasbro does some really strange things.
Is he driving during the Eclipse? It's all dark.
Yeah, it got really dark.
He's just making his nightly run, that. He's hitting the...
His city would not have been in totality.
No.
He's in the Philadelphia area?
Yeah, this might have been from... Yeah, this actually might have been from... It could have been that day. He'd be yapping about it.
Weird ways. And I think people inside Hasbro are starting to understand why this is true, right? Like, they're starting to understand that this is true, and it's upsetting to them. And I get it. I totally get it. What are some clues on this? Well, the beginning of 2024 started with a major rumor. Huge rumor, literally 1,000+ sources.
Is that great Garibay cinematography there?
1,000 sources.
Sources carried this and said, "Oh my gosh, it looks like Tencent is going to buy Dungeons and Dragons." Hasbro came out and said, "This is not true. We're not looking to sell. We're not looking to sell to any global corporations." Tencent made no moves on it, right? And so the rumor evaporated, right? But when the rumor came out, no one was saying, "Oh, no, that can't be right." People were like, "That totally makes sense." Dungeons and Dragons just had a massive success, over $1 billion in sales with one video game. Larion came out with one video game, and that one video game arguably made more money than everything else in Dungeons and Dragons combined, right? But the other thing is, like...
I think he's wrong there. I don't think it made that much money.
Right.
They have, like... I think Dungeon Professor, our old friend, he just did a video that was pretty good. He was just talking about how, like, the biggest thing Hasbro has right now is something called Monopoly Go.
Oh,
it's like a mobile Monopoly game where it probably has, like, in-app purchases. It's just like a money machine. It's like crazy how much money it spins off. And he did, and I can't remember the numbers now. So after this stream, feel free to go over and check that video out that he did. But and he did, for comparison, he's like, by comparison, Baldur's Gate 3 did this much money, and it wasn't, in comparison to what Monopoly Go does, it was like I don't want to say a drop in the bucket, but it was not very impressive. Not impressive at all. So again, I don't know if he's like being purposely obtuse or lying. I don't know.
he's a believer. So for him, it's nothing. It's not a lie, and he's not mistaken.
Yeah,
he is.
I don't take him as a liar, to be honest. I don't want to say, we obviously don't know him, but we've watched enough of his videos. I think he's just misinformed, and he reads something and maybe he doesn't understand it, and he reports on it before he has all the information. But I don't know if he genuinely lies. I think he believes the things that he's saying.
I agree.
Crazily enough. Yeah, that could be true.
Although, to be honest, his DM would know. Right?
Yeah.
But that was one of the things he did not say. He never said Garibay was a habitual liar. They just said that he had a temper.
Yeah. Calling Webhead Mike if you're out there. All right, A. Warren Johnson had to put a little hot sauce on the taco. Thank you very much. That's a little Canadian hot sauce there.
Is that Canadian or
CA?
Cash App.
Cash App.
And so basically, Hasbro is this global corporation.
Jiminy Christmas.
Oh my lord! Stop the presses. Thank you, buddy. Everybody now has me convinced that D&D works by Santa Claus logic. Believing in it makes it real, and his faith in it accounts for 99% of its reality. Well, it's an argument to be made there, Patrick. Thank you.
I agree.
$5. Yes,
I agree with what he's saying about it. He's a believer, regardless of the facts.
True believer.
Has that literally has properties that have decades of legacy, right? And should be valuable. But the reality is Tencent is a $500 billion valuation company. That's $500 billion is the valuation on Tencent, right? No one blinked an eye when there was a rumor that it was going to buy Dungeons & Dragons. They were like, of course a $500 billion international mega corporation would want to buy Dungeons & Dragons. And the reason why is Dungeons & Dragons is a sleeper, right?
Was it a powerhouse or is it a sleeper?
Right.
Can't keep it straight in his own video.
It's a dog with fleas, as Gordon Gekko would say.
You walk down Main Street and you go, I got $1,000. Tell me what Dungeons & Dragons is. You're going to get the following answers. When you talk to muggles, they're going to say, that's a board game. They're going to say, that's a video game. They're going to say, that's a game. They're going to say, that's something that my nephew plays in the basement. Right? Like they don't know what it is. Right? But increasingly, the most intelligent, charismatic, and confident people in the world are very aware of Dungeons & Dragons. The smartest people in the world grow up playing it, right? Everybody, you don't get out of college without playing D&D. You don't get out of college without playing D&D. So
Thank you, Cal. Thank you, Cal.
With the muggles.
I'm like, did I hear that right? Did he just say muggles?
He said muggles. You don't get out of college without playing D&D.
Means the hyper-educated are highly aware of it, right? You go to Hollywood, you spin around and you throw a rock, you're going to hit a screenwriter who plays Dungeons & Dragons, has played Dungeons & Dragons, or will play Dungeons & Dragons.
Perhaps.
Right?
I agree with that statement, and I agree with probably the smartest people in the world at some point have played it or know a lot about it. I would agree with that statement too.
I don't think it's as... I mean, it probably depends on age, I guess. It probably depends on age.
I don't know if everybody could agree with who the smartest people on the planet are. That would be based off of probably your political affiliation, right? There'd be some factors where you'd think that guy is smart or he's an idiot, you know? And even though he really is smart. I always handpick, like, there's 5 people that I think are like the smartest people in the world, and the 5 people I'm thinking of, they've probably played Dungeons and Dragons. I put Neil deGrasse Tyson up there. I put the whoever the commissioner of the NBA is. I always put him in that as well. And I just have a feeling that either David Stern did or now Adam Silver. I don't know.
I don't know. Has Elon played D&D?
smarts. I would agree that
I'm not sure.
he's one of the smartest people in the world. He has the foresight.
Well,
and I have a feeling that he might not play, but he knows what it is.
Oh yeah, for sure. But like Warren Buffett would be like, oh, I don't know what the fuck that is.
He might only because he knows so much about companies, so he would know what Dungeons and Dragons is.
Yeah, he may, but I mean, he's never sat at a table.
No, he's never rolled the bones.
He'd have to buy. He would buy all of his stuff at a secondhand store.
Martin Bowman, the most smartest people in the world, don't give a shit about D&D. Direct and to the point.
Narratives that are forming our entire culture across the globe is marinated in Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Marinated
novels, and then here's the kicker: Dungeons and Dragons is an infiltrator. It has infiltrated every single intellectual property that matters on the planet through Fortnite, through Magic the Gathering, through Funko Pop.
Funko Pop.
Funko Pop is his third go-to.
What
Of course, it would be in Magic. It's a sister product.
I feel like he's describing the plot of the first Batman with Christian Bale. The League of Shadows.
Oh yeah.
It's
the League of
Shadows. Blah 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 blah.
It talks like it is a living entity, that it has a spirit to it and has its own independent will.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, in his mind, it does. I guess
he's a true believer.
Yeah, it also reminds me of like Sherlock Holmes would always talk about Professor Moriarty and his like the reach of his like organization. Like it's got its tendrils in every corner of the government, the economy, blah blah blah. That is how he thinks about D&D.
It has infiltrated Lord of the Rings. Lord of the Rings is allowing them to print the original. The Lord of the Rings estate is allowing Dungeons and Dragons to print, right? The original Dungeons and Dragons that broke, that infringed on their intellectual property. You know why that's happening? Because Hasbro is sending them multi-million-dollar checks every month and has been for a year and a half, right?
Is that true?
Remember, it's not a lie. If you believe it.
That's right.
Is Hasbro sending the Tolkien estate checks? Why? I'm genuinely curious. I mean, I know like Amazon is. Garibay's living a Charlie Day conspiracy. Yeah, I should have that one on a quick recall here. Holy shit. All right, so Brother Grognard says, yes, what are they sending? Why is Hasbro sending? Oh, is it just because of like Lord of the Rings Monopoly and stuff? It doesn't have anything to do with D&D, does it? I'm genuinely trying to...
I think Rogan's trying to find it out right now.
Why can't wizards... Yeah, exactly. Laranjaco. Yeah, if that happened, then why can't wizards use hobbits instead of halflings? That's what they had to change that from the original. Now, granted, this is like 45 years later or something. So maybe the Tolkien estate was like, look, it's fine if you want to do this quick reprint of the original. You can even keep hobbits. And maybe they have like either a handshake deal or there was like some quid pro quo.
Well, I know that Magic the Gathering did that whole Tolkien angle going on.
Mm-hmm. Oh, loader magic cards. Okay. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I can understand that. And like Hasbro itself, like I said, I know they have like Lord of the Rings, this, that, like Monopoly and stuff like that. Magic the Gathering, Lord of the Rings. Okay, that's fine. But that's not D&D, right? Maybe he just said Hasbro. Okay, so we got to award 1 point for Scott Garibay.
Right? It has infiltrated the most powerful intellectual properties on the planet.
But he is implying that it's D&D. It's Hasbro, but wink, wink, it's D&D. It's not in D&D. I mean, other than maybe the reprint that he's talking about.
Dungeons and Dragons is not understood, right, by muggles. But
did you hear that, Rogan? It's not understood by muggles.
Oh, God. Scott, I'm trying to like you.
Scotty.
Wizards of this world, they know exactly what it is. And it is moving like a creature that has never been seen anywhere on this planet.
What? He whispered like my mom would be when she says, when so-and-so's adopted.
Yeah, it's from our parents' generation. Well, she's black. Adopted.
The neighbor Roy has the retard.
He's a little retarded. Is he trying to start a D&D cult? Cute Cobra? That is a good question. It is a cult of one right now. This Muggle thing. This is a new path for him, isn't it? I've never heard him talk about Muggles before.
I don't think I have as well.
Dungeons and Dragons is far more valuable than Hasbro, in my humble opinion.
It's just verifiably not true, Scott. It's just the numbers.
Did he just put his car in park? How much time's left on this video?
Yeah, it's you're right. It is almost over. Yep. Yep. It is 15 seconds. Yep. He's at his stop. Honey, it's that same driver.
The branch Gabarians of D&D. That's awesome.
And I think we're seeing mounting evidence of this. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing and have a fetch millennium.
Have a what?
Fetch millennium.
Is that something the kids say now?
Don't know.
What is fetch?
I know who Fletch was.
Yeah, that's what I thought of too. Is it Fletch or fetch? Have a Fletch millennium.
I like when Gina Davis flipped off that guy and that right here too, and she didn't know how to do it, so she made sure.
Those were good movies. Even the second one I thought was kind of good.
I mean, it was okay, but the first one was just so good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
My car hit a water buffalo.
All right. One last thing here. Then we can just do some open discussion. All right. What do we think of this? All right, so this is Adventuring with Pride. Looks like bride, doesn't it? Like B.
Yeah,
it looks like a B. Terrible script.
Yeah.
There.
Yes.
It's terrible script.
We got some of that Cash App money coming in.
Oh. Hey, Warren. Stop trying to make fetch happen. All right, we'll do our best there, Warren. Thank you for the $2 Canadian. Much appreciated. Adventuring with Pride.
That one looks like a the green one with the blonde hair, like a drag queen.
I'm pretty sure that's on purpose. Yeah. Let's say, well, I guess the little dwarf is kind of like a straight white male, right?
No,
dwarf.
He's dressed up in he's a gay dude.
He's got the thing on there. Yeah, he's got the thing on there. I thought maybe they'd put like one in there just to have like reference against. So every one of these characters is gay. God.
That looks like Adam Ant on the left.
Mm-hmm.
And then that looks like a drag queen.
Bette Midler.
What the dwarf there?
I don't know who it is, but that's a guy that works at like a sex club.
Yeah.
Like the dwarf looks like Mr. Slave. I was gonna say he looks like the fat guy from The Sopranos. That's who I was thinking of as well, Martin.
Okay. Yep. I could see that. Yeah.
When they found him out when he was dancing at the bar.
Yeah.
Like, I was just
then
making my collections.
He had to move up to New England or
New England. You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So young George, young Martin.
Vito.
Yes.
Do you know that in that show, in first season he played another character at a bakery.
I remember you said, yeah, and Christopher
kicked him out.
Came in and like
kicked him
got
out and then
handsy
shot
with
the
him.
guy in the foot.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. She's doing OnlyFans now.
Yes, she is.
Good.
I heard, but she was on an interview with like Adam Carolla, and she was just like, F it, you know. She's like, I tried doing things the right way, and she's like, I'm just doing the OnlyFans. I don't know. If I'm gonna give anybody a pass on OnlyFools, I don't know. It might be her.
Do you know
She's
that
old enough. It's
she was in another show that I watched. Not only was she in Sopranos as a major character, she was in Sons of Anarchy as a prominent character.
Mm-hmm.
But in Sons of Anarchy, they reference her character in The Sopranos to her. When they were they called her for a meeting and she was nervous to go. And then when she went to the meeting, Jax is the character's name from Sons of Anarchy. He goes, what, do you think we were going to do an Adriana on you? So,
ooh, a little meta there.
Yeah.
A little meta. Yeah. I like that kind of stuff.
To take a step backwards a little bit, Urban Dictionary, fetch, slang for cool and awesome.
Oh, there you go.
Pretty sad day when Scotty G is more hep than we are.
I am not hep.
He shouldn't be either, to be fair. Yes, this is crazy. This is like a 5th edition thing. I hate when they reduce gay people to just stereotypes. It's so it's so like down low, like demeaning to just like normal gay people. I mean, good Lord. So the first one is the first outing. And then queer we go again. And Adventure 3, A Queero's Journey.
Why can't these people just write a good story for a good game?
I know.
And like, you know, if sex is involved in it, if it's like, all right, sprinkle the sex in there, or you know, but like, you know, this agenda-driven crap is just insanity.
Why would you? Yeah, I mean, we said it time and again, but like, why would you? There's nothing to. Like, why just sit around with a bunch of people talking about this stuff when you could just actually be doing it? You know what I mean? I mean, I know they say, well, it's, you know, role play, but I mean, just don't. I don't know. Hold on one second here. Is Ryan here? Oh, there he is. Ryan, good to see you, buddy. Hope you're feeling well.
Yep. All right.
Yeah, he was laid up for a couple of days, but he is on the mend. So good to see you, buddy. Hope everything is well. Hang in there, my friend.
Absolutely.
We will talk soon. But yeah, it's kind of a cheap like cash grab, kind of like Thirsty Sword Lesbians. Now, Thirsty Sword Lesbians was written by a dude pretending to be a woman. I'm not sure who the author of this is. It looks like they've done normal, quote unquote, normal stuff. Other Jack Dixon. So I don't know if Jack Dixon is just like just a normal, maybe like gay guy or something. I don't know. But he's done Hallow's End. Boy, 5e just kind of attracts this sort of nonsense. You don't need this stuff. Gay people don't play D&D. I mean, normal gay people don't play for this kind of stuff. They're probably just like, can we just get to the...
I just want to roll dice.
Yeah, I just want to roll dice. I want to go into a fucking dungeon. I mean, if you want to do a side plot about, you know, boyfriend or something, it's one, I guess. But jeez, I'm just so sick of this. It's like you hit over the head with it, and it does have a detrimental effect on the culture because just normal people get tired of this stuff.
Yes,
it's going to cause a backlash. That's why, if you are like in that demo. Does nothing good for you. Nothing good for you at all. All right, what does the chat say?
Bleeker wants us to play it on a live stream.
Play it on a live stream. We could play Thirsty Sword Lesbians on a live stream.
Double D for you, I would do it, but I am morally opposed to it. But for you, I would do it.
For you, no problem. Some people pay the troll, and some people get paid. Gotta pay the troll toll. If you want to see this boy's hole. I had a thief that dressed in drag to steal a ring. Guess he must have been gay. Well, according to modern standards, probably.
Or it would be wrong if they were gay. If they weren't gay, pardon me.
Yeah.
It'd be wrong.
Yeah.
Cultural appropriation.
Yes. Horse girl. Yeah. Oh boy. We'll have to get into that someday. That's a whole other kettle of fish, as they say. Surely you weren't. $15, I think, for a PDF. I didn't click on it, but $15 for every one of those PDFs, those 3 adventures. That's pretty steep. Now I looked at some of the demo pages, and they look professionally done. They look like what you would think a 5e product should, but I'm sure what's inside is, probably a little substandard at least. This game has been subject to a serious inquiry. See, this is where I need a little drop button for the David Caruso sunglasses, and then the Who thing. Because that was a very good one there, Patrick Demo. This game's been subject to a serious inquiry. All right. They pay you. Fatal, yeah. Double D, brother. Have you heard of Deer Girls? I've not. I've heard of Horse Girl, Sharky. I've not heard of Deer Girls. Mop Aisle 3. All right. So I don't know. Kind of a hodgepodge tonight, isn't it?
I think I like it.
Yeah, too. I like doing these kind of shows where it's just, you know what, whatever strikes our fancy, we do it.
Doesn't, if you think about it, I know that, there's leading up to a stream, that you want to talk about something relevant that just happened, whether it be in the gaming world or in the world. Sometimes, Scott Garibay just gives us material. Sometimes people just give us material.
Yeah, that's why I don't want to overuse it, but do it every single stream.
But not just
holy smokes, yeah,
Scott
he's
Garibay,
a machine.
Not just Scott, he was just an example because he came out with something for the Hasbro. But the girl beating up her boyfriend in the car,
Yeah, when I've always got my radar on during the week. So when I encounter stuff, I'm like, ooh, that'll be good with the boys. That'll be good with the boys. I knew with that chick, God, what a harpy, man.
Wow.
Alyssa, that was her name.
Yeah, with an E, Alyssa.
Pull over,
Giordano.
pull over, cunt.
Jordana.
Pull over.
You cunt.
You cunt. That was kind of funny.
Man, you poke the hornet's nest, you're going to get stung.
Yep. Another thing, too, is, you got to hand it to Wizards of the Coast. They're just, they put their foot in their mouth so often over the last year. They finally learned the magic, lesson. Just don't say anything. And they really have been kind of below the radar. Now, pretty soon, in a couple of months, we'll start getting some rule books out. And, we can start picking through that. And I'm sure there'll be plenty of news, when that happens, whether it's business news or, actual gaming news. But, I don't ever want to be one of those YouTubers. It's puts the clickbaity thumbnail, guess what Wizards of the Coast has done now? Click to see, and it's they haven't done shit.
Subscribe for part 2.
Yeah, it's what do you want from me? I gotta keep the boat afloat here. But now, fortunately, there always is the Tomb Raider thing. It's oh, okay, that's RPG related. That's nonsense. So, that's good.
Last week when Rogan wasn't here, one of the people, we were telling Yo Mama jokes for about 5 minutes, and someone said that they wanted a Yo Mama outro.
Your mom has a wooden leg with a kickstand.
Yep.
Ryan was like, I got a couple, and he gave a couple zingers. Check it out, chat, if you listen to last week's show too.
Yeah.
Some Yo Mamas.
Go do that. Yeah, we had Ryan David on last week. Well, I'll tell you what. We can switch over here to a little bit of live play. Otto and Roland. You like those guys, don't you?
If any of you guys out there have my set of dice, please return it.
This man has left his dice here for over 20 years.
We
he just leaves it here.
I mean, in fairness, I mean, maybe Mrs. D cleaned, or I don't know. They'll show up by Friday.
Yeah, check in your book bag.
I will.
Just to be sure, and then let me know because I will initiate a full inquiry.
Yeah.
We'll find it one way or the other. But yeah, he went to get his dice for the Otto and Roland, and it's like
head scratcher.
Yep.
No, anyway, there's plenty of dice in this house.
Yes. And I'm thinking maybe we ought to. Maybe we ought to go over to the, you see it behind me. We'll go over to the Dragonslayer system next time. So maybe this will be our final. Final. Sometime we'll just. It shouldn't take long to get a character. We'll just transfer them over.
Is that the new book?
Well,
that's the one he already sent you.
Yeah, that's the one he already sent me. Yeah. Nothing else has arrived. So yeah, maybe we'll do that. Start doing a little Dragonslayer seamlessly. So this will be the
curtain call for
curtain call for Dragonbane, which, to be fair, we haven't really stressed put the system to task or anything. We've done some combats, and who knows?
Yeah,
these guys have someone on the boat.
Yes,
they don't like. So what you gonna do, huh? All right. So all you normies out there who aren't down with our live play, which is fine, by the way, we will see you guys. Thanks for tuning in tonight, guys. Good showing as always. We will say goodbye to you guys. Yeah. Now, if you're a hardcore, if you're part of the inner circle, well, hell then. You stick around for a little O&R, as we call it here.
Thank you, everybody, for your comments tonight, making us chuckle.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good stream. Good kind of
chat always keeps us on our toes.
Nice chill. It was a nice chill stream.
Things slide through here so fast. I'm trying to read them and there's one funny after another funny after another funny. It's really hard to grab one and pick one.
And now in that screen, like I mentioned it earlier, is like cut in half. We have to read extra quick.
Yeah. That's a something goofy happened. It wasn't just enough to get it working.
Yeah.
Literally 15 minutes before.
Well, So when Rogan was like, "We're trying to read them," you got to read them really fast.
Yeah. You guys are freaking brilliant, though. This is the funniest group of people. Honestly, they're hilarious.
That's why we keep coming back. It's like I don't want to disappoint you guys. Now look, to have good times, you got to have some just kind of chill times. Hello.
2.
Sorry about that.
Dropping dice. Yep. Just like a Friday night here.
2.
We call it we call it the ceremonial dropping of the dice at the table on Friday nights. Somebody'll drop something and we're off. But yeah. So thanks for just sticking with us through good times and just chill
growing
times
pains,
too.
yep.
Yeah. We love you guys. Take care. Those of you that are taking off now, to the others, well, here we go.
If you're good at something, never do it for free.
Oh, I thought that was the "Here We Go."
Alrighty. Well. Ooh, James sneaking one in here. Thank you. No, James, thank you, my friend. Good to see you tonight. You and Hungar. Glad you guys, as always, could stop by. Surly He who draws the sword from the stone, he shall be king. All right, boys. Are we ready?
Everybody ready?
Everybody ready?
We on a boat overlooking the eclipse.
All right, the boys. They finally made their escape from Fagland, the northern lands.
Sad face. Have a good night. Thank you. It's 2 a.m. where he is.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Get some sleep.
Yeah, get some sleep. Yeah, we're just doing this to kill a little time, and a little bit for the hardcores here too. You guys, if you could recall, you'd worked up and down that river to get a little money. They, them, yeah. Nice, Howard. Remember, these guys were on the run from this guy. Because Roland killed this guy, his son. So they've been living the life of fugitives. They were river workers. And finally earned enough money, went down to Civ, quit their jobs, and they were prepared to take a boat south.
Quit's not the right word. We put in proper notice.
Yeah. Yeah, you did. You did. Yeah, to be fair. You didn't just leave the guy hanging.
Yeah.
Now, while they were in Civ waiting for the boat, they found a boat called the Pelican. Captain Neil and Carl, the cabin boy. They also found her.
Raquel Welch.
Do we recall her?
I do.
Boom chicka pow wow.
It's Aurora. Holy smokes. Hot. So she was entertaining the whole crowd at a bar. I mean, just, wholesomely, just with good stories and good cheer. Definitely the best looking chick you guys have ever laid eyes on. And it turns out, as you guys were leaving, when you put aboard the Pelican, she came on with her mother. I believe her mother's name is Isabella. Her name is Aurora. Her mother's name, I believe, is Isabella. But she wasn't the only one who came aboard. Boom. You finally get to see him. Goran.
I don't like him.
Did you miss that, Double D?
What's that now? I missed it.
Now I really hate him.
No, really. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I don't have my head. I don't have my head set.
No worries. That's all I played.
I should, because I got some stuff I can play too. Yeah, he good old Goran. He was there when you guys did your great escape and when Roland killed the guard.
His ears look pointy.
I mean, he's not an elf or anything.
But they still look pointy.
Yeah. If you recall, he was hooked up with a whore, and he was like kind of acting as her pimp.
That is correct.
Yeah, he knows exactly where he knows you guys from, and so you guys know where you know him from.
He openly talked about getting rid of that girl too.
Yeah, which was not a good move.
Yeah, you saw him in a village up north, right below Elpa. You kind of didn't make too much contact with him then.
Good night, Elliot.
Good night, Elliot. Have a good one, man. Yeah, so he came on the boat and kind of basically said, "We're just going to have a grand old adventure, aren't we?" He kind of leeringly looked at Aurora and told you that he more or less killed that poor hooker.
You know who he would be played by? The guy in the Warriors.
The David Kelly or whatever his name is. Yeah.
Much younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see it.
Or Eric Stoltz.
Yeah.
Eric Stoltz would have the right hair color.
But everybody hated that guy from
Yeah, I was going to say the right vibe is the guy from...
Eric Stoltz had a small role in Fast Times.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
He's one of Spicoli's buddies.
All right, so you guys are headed down to... Looking for my... things. You guys are headed down to the Southlands. Warmer environs. No more freezing your ass off at night. There's 5 free cities in the south, in the southern continent of Sanctum. Stormhold, Embercrest, Frostfall, Astraeus, and the one you're headed to, Port Prospera. But you got a bit of a journey here, on the boat. So what I need to know is, so it's a very professional boat, takes on cargo, takes on passengers. You guys are all, of course, you're not the only passengers here. There's, of course, Aurora and her mother, Gorin, and some other odds and ends. I need to know if you're planning on doing anything on this trip.
I think so.
Yes.
I was hoping so. We got to give these guys a little excitement, right? All right. So, what is as you're kind of settling, I guess, into a routine, you guys essentially have a couple of hammocks, down in the crew area, or not the crew area, the passenger area. And there is a separate area for ladies. So they're very small. Obviously, it's a boat. So it's very cramped in there. You guys are with Gorin. And we'll say maybe like an older gentleman, like darker skin. You get a feeling he may fare from Port Prospera.
What is Aurora's build? How tall?
Like how tall? Probably a good 5'7", I would say.
I think I have a plan to get rid of this guy. And the plan is I borrow some of Aurora's clothes and that hat that we see her wearing. And I'm at the end of the deck, kind of like in Titanic when Rose is at the end of the deck, staring off for him to come up to me. And Roland causes a diversion at the other end of the boat. So all the attention's down there. So he thinks he has Aurora all to himself.
I
And
see what you're doing.
And then not only does he go overboard, but so does her outfit,
Uh-huh. This is like the end of Nighthawks.
Yes. With Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Yep.
And, what's her name? Was it Lindsay Wagner? Am I thinking right? Who was his wife? I don't know. But yeah, that was a great movie. All right. So, well, I'll tell you what. You let me know. Because right now, you're hearing... it's just standard professional, business on the ship. Gorin, is trying his best to kind of like get a conversation, with you guys and to kind of ingratiate himself a little bit. But he always keeps bringing up like, well, yeah, we all know we all have our own secret, right? Kind of like leans in, wanted men, eh? Kind of has a, kind of makes you feel all alive, doesn't it? When nobody's around, he'll talk about such things.
I will certainly try to play along a little bit, but that would be difficult.
Let's say one night he comes up. Everybody's kind of doing their thing, and you guys were off talking by yourselves, perhaps. And he just walks over, and he says, in his own inimicable way, so which one of you is going to beg the princess there, as he kind of like nods towards Aurora.
I said, she actually was asking me about you.
He looks stone-faced. Oh, get away.
I rebuffed her. I was talking with her, and I thought she was getting a little amorous with me. But when she went to go say my name, she actually said yours. And then that just put me off.
Oh, come on, he says.
Yeah.
Tell you what, do make a bluff. Make a bluffing roll. See if you can look him in the eye and say this with that ugly mug. So you're looking for a...
I rolled a 3.
Ooh.
I don't know what my bluff is. I didn't look yet.
Oh, I did.
It's a 12.
It's a 12, yeah. So you did it. Remember, you want to roll under.
3.
Sweet.
He says, really?
Yeah. In fact, Double D, what time of day is it right now?
We'll say this is in the evening.
She wants to meet you here in about an hour. Right here in this very spot.
Really?
Yep. And I'm in the spot where I want this to happen.
Yeah. Like up top.
Yep.
Like we'll call it the Titanic, the prow of the ship or whatever.
She wants to meet you in 1 hour right up here.
He's like, you're messing with me, aren't you? But he's kind of smiling like he doesn't want it to be true. All this to be false. He's like, this can't be true.
Unfortunately, it is. I lost out. You're the better man. You won. And I put my hand out.
You shake his hand and it's wet.
Oh, boy. He's got the Garibay lick.
He's got he did the Garibay maneuver. All right. Yeah. He's like, well, all right. Tell her I'll be there. I'm just gonna go.
I will.
I'm just gonna go. Wash up a little. Sounds like I might be busy in a little bit.
Yeah.
No, this will be at the front of the boat.
This will be back in the back,
okay.
where the Titanic happened.
All right.
You're going to be on the other end.
Yes.
You're going to cause a nice little diversion. We got to plan this quick.
Red alert! Red alert!
So during dinner service or whatever, I'm going to have to go into her room and take some of her,
all right,
an outfit.
Yeah. All right, so she is currently on deck, so you could do that. You'd have to go into the woman's area.
Yep.
Why don't we just make a sneaking roll there?
Okay.
You do that, and I'll make a roll myself.
I rolled a 7.
Okay. And that is below your sneaking of 12.
All right.
Damn.
All right.
Good thing we're not switching over to that other system till next week. Because these bad rolls wouldn't be.
Yeah, exactly.
All
right, so yeah, you see her big floppy hat there, and she does have an extra, like an extra outfit.
Just a coat, chilly type thing, an overcoat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so you are about her height.
Yep.
All right. Oh, thank you. Thank you there, Rogan. Can you do it?
Oops.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Oh, I got it. What are you doing during this time, Roland?
I will head to the front of the ship, and I think I thought I heard something. I think someone's out there in the water.
Man overboard type situation.
I thought I heard. I think something's out there. I don't know if it's a person. There's something there. I swear I could have saw something splashing way out there as we're heading in that direction.
All right, so you're trying to get
trying to get all the eyes over there. I'm like, just like.
All right, so what are you saying? And who are you saying it to?
I will say it to.
Now, and when are you doing this?
Whenever we'll work out our
when it's choreographed. Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll see me walking up, like coming up the stairs. With the coat, I have the hat kind of hidden underneath the coat, and I'll go to the top of the Titanic section, and then I'll put the hat on while I'm by myself. And then when he sees me walking up the stairs going in that direction, he heads the other direction of the front of the boat and causes the what's out there.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you? I'll yell. Do you see something? I thought I heard something, but I'm telling you, I saw something. Like somebody was hanging on.
All right. A couple of the crew members say, "Did you say someone's in the water?"
I thought I heard something first.
Man overboard! Everybody springs to.
I'll look around. If
we'll say the front, I guess. Well, it would be the back of the boat because that's the only way you'd be able to see him, right? Off the back of the boat.
Well, I'll be in front. I want to keep all eyes away from the back.
Okay.
Double D, you might be confused. We keep saying Titanic, and you might be thinking when him and Rose are in the front with their arms out, like King of the World.
Yep.
No. I'm in the back when she wants to jump overboard.
Yep. You understand, though, the ship is going forward.
Yes. So I thought I saw
somebody. So if somebody's in the water, are they going to be ahead of you or behind you?
Like coming up. Like there's something there. I don't know if it's a person. I don't know if it's a dolphin, a
Right,
whale.
yeah.
Who knows?
It was way out there.
All right, so everybody is up front. Right now, I would say everybody, including the passengers that are on deck, are currently up front and spilling along the rails of the ship, looking. And then pretty soon, the crew is saying, like, "What did you see?"
I thought I heard something, a yell or something like that. I look and I could have sworn at distance in the light, the moonlight, I could have swore somebody, like looked like a reflection in the water of somebody trying to wave
in front of us.
Well, yes.
They're kind of like confused, and they're like, "What do you know?" They ask the guy up in the crow's nest, "What do you see? What do you see?" "I see nothing, sir. I see nothing."
Miss Isabella, did you hear something?
The old lady.
I might
have. She says, "I don't see anything myself." Aurora comes up, looking beautiful in her evening wear. And she just kind of has this kind of like semi smile on her face, like, "No, what are we looking for? What are we looking for? Is it a beast? Is it a man? What do you see?"
I saw a movement. I heard something.
Yep,
almost a cry. Almost. I know we've been on the ship for a long time, but I looked and I heard something. As the light is reflecting off the water as we're moving, I could have swore it appeared to be someone trying to wave. It could have been a beast, but
All right, so make a bluffing roll. I'll give you advantage though. So roll 2, take the lowest. You're going to want a 5 or lower though.
I got a 7.
7. All right. Well, everybody's just they're looking, and the crew's just kind of saying, I don't see anything. The captain finally says, "Well, have an extra man, posted at the watch. We'll keep an eye out. Thank you for letting us know," he says.
Now, during all of that, when he comes up to approach me,
well, does he come up to approach you in time? Let me see. We'll see if he's early or late. Is he on time? Okay. He is not on time, so he's running a little late. So people are starting to kind of filter away. And a couple are not like right up in your grill in the back of the ship, but they're like maybe 15 feet away. Not necessarily looking at you.
This ain't gonna work.
Unfortunately, you see him coming around and walking towards you with a smug, kind of serious look on his face.
Well, I wouldn't see him. My back would be to him.
Gotcha.
I must be doing a really bad job explaining about how this is going.
Don't worry about it.
Because during the whole hey, look out there, is when I wanted to kill him.
Yeah, but he's not there on time.
I got it. 15 feet is from me to that wall. This is not going to happen. So I wouldn't even see him coming. What
did you want to do? Because he's almost up on you. You can hear the footsteps. He comes up on you.
I walk away when I hear him coming.
And he says, hey, I thought you wanted to see me. What do you do?
I keep my back to him, and then I just keep walking until I can circle around and I'm gone. I'm just going to walk, and I'll just mumble, "You were late." Never keep me waiting.
All right. Tell you what. He's so stunned, it kind of works. He just kind of stops and says, damn. Yeah. All right. You make it down into the woman's... Is that where you're going, I presume?
I'm just going to... No, I'm going to go to my cabin and just hide all this stuff.
Okay.
And I'll return it when I know that it's safe.
Gotcha. All right. He comes over to you and he says, can you believe it? She said I was late.
Or you were? Or were you late?
He's like, well, maybe a minute or two.
Oh, dude. Come, you know this. A fine woman like that, if you're not early, you're late. And, dude, she is fine.
He's like, well, you got that right.
I'm telling you, maybe, she's
playing hard to get.
That, yeah. And from what I see, it'll be worth it.
Okay. He says, all right, I'm game. He kind of just mills around on deck. And are you coming back out there, Otto, or are you staying in?
No, I will come back out.
Okay. All right. He goes over to you and says, I don't know where you were, but she stood me up.
I was at the front of the boat looking at the either dolphins, whales, whatever it was.
I feel foolish. I thought I saw something.
Yeah. She's starting to walk over towards you now. And he says, oh, here she comes.
Yeah.
So all three are there. She's
that-
kind of walking over. It sounds like she's going to come over and talk to probably ostensibly you guys.
Well, I'm going to intercede. I'll leave the group and go talk to her. And I'll,
Intercept.
kind of grab her arm and escort her the other way.
Is the other couple there, or did they leave?
Yeah, they're kind of milling around about now, so they're not there where they were. So it's just.
But they're still in the general area.
Yeah, guys, it is a boat, and there's
Yeah.
with you saying that, there's a lot of people milling around on deck now. So now there's no privacy, pretty much. What do you say to her? She says, "Oh, I was just coming over to talk to you." Well, she's like, "I don't like the redhead. What's his name? Goron?"
I said, "Yeah."
He makes my skin crawl.
Mine too. Let's go take a romantic walk, would we?
She's like, "Oh, I'd be pleased." She puts her arm in yours, walks to, I don't know, the front of the ship,
Sure.
I guess.
Well, just wherever. Just rolling, looking at the stars, just meandering about.
Yeah. Goran is with you, and he's incensed. He's like, well, now what's going on? He said he wasn't interested in her.
I don't think he is. I just think that she's, women, they play
What's going
that.
on here?
They play that.
Maybe she's pissed that you were late.
Yeah. This is her, women like to rub the shit in a man's nose, don't they?
He says, I'll tell you one thing. He's like, when she does come around, I'm gonna make her pay a little bit. He kind of punches his fist into his hand like that. He's like, nobody makes Goran look like a fool.
I
What do you say to that?
I'm chewing on my tongue and my mouth, and
he's like, still, she'll be worth it. Look at that rear end.
She's a fine woman.
He's like, well, I tell you what, I'm gonna go get a little shut eye. He's like, tell your friend to smooth things over for me. Or maybe I'll just talk to her myself, when I wake up. Yeah, maybe I'll just do that. Yeah. He goes downstairs into the guest compartment. That's where you see him. So anyway, you guys, Otto, you guys are on deck. Just watching the waves go by as the night falls. You know, getting warmer and warmer. You still got a couple of weeks, you know, at sea. What do you want to do?
How long have we been on this boat with him? 2 weeks?
Maybe a couple of days, maybe like a week so far.
A week?
Yeah.
Would I know if he has his own room?
No, nobody has their own room. I mean, the captain does. The male guests all stayed in one area. The female guests all stay in another. So you guys pretty much sleep with each other. You know, I mean, you have your separate hammocks, but
So how many people are in our room?
Right now it's you three plus another guy. He doesn't say much. Like I said,
Otto, Roland, Goran, and one other guy.
Yeah, the guy who might be from Port Prospero.
So that night, when we're all laying in bed, our hammocks.
This is planning now, right? You're planning this?
Yeah, I think I want us three. Goran stays. The rest of us take a walk because I heard Aurora might be coming to visit Goran tonight, and they want a little bit of privacy. But I don't know how to phrase it so that this other guy doesn't suspect anything.
He might be the variable. He hasn't said much. He hasn't been unfriendly. He's kind of smiled, but there might be a little bit of a language barrier. I think he does understand, you know, your common tongue there.
Maybe when he
All right, so I'm going to assume you guys are talking about this, you know, while Goran is downstairs.
I'm not mentioning it to the third person at all. Yeah. I just don't know how to approach it.
I mean, I'm just saying you and Roland, probably.
Yeah.
Well, talk it out. Figure out what you're going to do. Surly plan 2, food poisoning.
He did say some crass things about her.
Yeah.
You know, she has, she's just up with her mother now. You know, obviously things break apart. You know, people are starting to kind of filter a little bit down. The crew's going down to the crew quarters, you know, except for those that are on duty right now. And it looks like her and her mother, you know, as the evening is kind of going along, you can tell they're starting to get ready to go in and go to the women's passenger quarters. So we'll say, you know, that time comes and she says, well, we'll see you in the morning. Smiles, and Isabella, her mother.
Thank you for the walk.
Yep. Good night.
I'll say to Isabella, I hope so.
Yeah. She smiles too. Yeah. Charming ladies. All right, so the other guy, he's still on deck right now.
So where's Goran? He's in the hammocks?
Yep. He's downstairs in the male crew quarters.
I just tell Roland, keep, you know, guy number 4. We've never given him a name.
He's a
get Rico to stay up on.
His name, it's called Akeem.
Keep Akeem up on deck.
Yeah, like I said, a little darker skin. You can tell he probably fares from the southern continent. You know, not like really dark. Maybe more like a cocoa colored.
Yeah, I'll try to strike up a conversation with him. I'll ask him a lot of questions. I've never met a person like you. I'll introduce myself, obviously, and just just ask a lot of dumb questions. Yeah.
He seems very patient. You know, he's a little bit older, so he's like, "Oh yes, you're coming to my city, my land. It is a great place. Let me tell you all about it." You know, and he starts going on.
Yeah.
So you'll now have
absolutely
some knowledge of Port Prospero. Now, while they're doing that, what are you doing, Otto?
I am going to.
Now, remember, you said you left the hat and the coat downstairs already.
Correct.
So that's in the room with him.
Yep, that's fine. I will go down to the room and.
In what way? Sneaking? Normal?
Normal.
Okay.
And I'll just be talking to him, and I'll just say, I have a feeling that you blew it by being late, she said. And the whole time that I'm talking to him, as I'm kind of going through my night clothes and all that other stuff, I'm just going to grab my dagger, and I'm just going to freaking kill him. That's it.
All right.
I was going to be dressed as her at the door, but the stuff's in the room, so that ain't going to happen.
All right. He see if you can pull a sleight of hand. See if he senses you're like fumbling with grabbing your knife. You have a 12 normally.
I rolled a 5.
Yes. There you go.
Yes.
5s are in style. All right, so you're gonna get to attack him. Damn. This could be oops. Turn on the So you're in this kind of tight quarters here.
I get backstabbing. I'm looking at that now.
Yeah.
You can do this.
5 feet from another PC, your attack is a sneak attack and cannot be dodged or parried. You get a boon to the roll, and the number of damage dice is increased
by 1.
By 1. So
Okay.
like double damage, essentially.
All right. So I get attack with advantage.
All right. So you're fumbling around like, yeah, you really blew it there. And then he's like, yeah. He's still laying in his hammock, with his hands behind his head.
Oh, perfect thing right for his jugular.
Yep. So you can just kind of turn around and then just lunge at him and whoosh. Okay. So you get advantage on this roll.
Okay. And what is AC and stuff like that?
You just remember this is just your knives skill.
Okay, so I need to roll a 12 or lower.
Yep. But you roll twice.
It just rolled off. It's a 9. I'm showing
Mhm.
Roland here.
Mhm.
So I rolled a 9 and an 8. Oh.
Yep.
Okay. Those will hit. He has now he does wear like a leather vest.
On his neck.
Go ahead, roll your double damage.
Okay.
We'll see.
8 and a 5. So that's
2
13.
die 8, right? Yeah.
Yeah, 2 die 8.
8 and a 5, that's 13.
Yep.
Ooh, ouch. So he you just miss his neck, but you plunge it with the dagger in right below the jugular.
Okay.
And he gasps and a gout of like blood comes out of his mouth. He is still technically alive, so let's just do an initiative here to see now who has the advantage. This is you. Ooh, you're 10, so he will go first. 10 and 1.
Do I get double D? I apologize for one thing.
Yeah.
And Chad, I apologize too. I'm not so used to this combat. I actually get die 8 plus a die 4 under damage bonus. Am I reading that correctly?
I don't think your strength is high enough.
Right, dagger. Yeah, it says damage bonus on top. Plus D4.
Is it die 4?
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
I'm under damage.
Yep.
Bonus. Plus die 4.
Okay. Oh, I see it. Yeah. Damage bonus, agility. Yeah, you can use that for agility. Okay.
So I didn't roll enough damage.
He's well, I'll tell you what, he is on his last legs already. And the only thing he's going to try to do is try to squirrel his way
And I
out.
just rolled a 4 for that. So my damage was really 17.
Okay. So he rolls off of the hammock and he's trying to like crawl like to the door, but you can tell he's like losing steam.
Mm-hmm.
And the blood is just, there's so much of it. Now, I mean, just, he kind of like eventually just turns around, looks at you, and you can almost see he's like mouthing, like, why, oh, why, oh. And, you know, his eye, the light is going out of his eyes.
That's how I want it.
Finally, he just kind of like, the body relaxes and he's dead.
Well, it's time for a sheet.
There was a lot of blood on this floor.
So I'm going to wrap him up in the blanket, 2 blankets, whatever. And I'm going to try to clean up as much as I possibly can. I'm going to try to put him back in his hammock with the blankets over top of him.
Okay.
And I'm going to have to get rid of this hammock. And I'm going to try to clean up the floor. And I'm going to be as hastily, as fast as I can. I don't know how long that...
Yeah.
I'm going to put a sock on the door handle.
Yeah. All right, so outside, you know, he's telling you all about it for about, you know, a good 15, 20 minutes. And then you see him yawn.
But I'll like, oh yeah, well, what about the women there? You know, what about, the culture? What about, I'll just, I'll politely pepper him with the questions, and
which you have been doing, and maybe like 20, 25 minutes. So you keep in mind, Otto, I mean, you can smear the blood around with a sheet. You don't have right in your room, a ton of like water to like wash it away. So this is, these are half measures at best. Nobody is going to be fooled that there was, that there was anything less than some sort of a horrible, accident here.
I got it tonight, but no one's coming back to the room tonight. Because I will take off my clothes, right, covered in blood.
Yep.
I'll put on another pair of clothes. I'll clean up the best that I can. I get it. It's a 10% job. I'm going to go out in my new clothes, go on deck, find my 2 roommates, and tell them we need to give a lot of privacy in that room tonight. I think we're sleeping under the stars tonight, fellas.
Why? Says Akeem.
Oh, I think that Goran has a visitor. A lady came to visit him.
Which lady?
Now, that part I don't know. But when there was a knock on the door, a lady asked for Goran.
Make a persuasion roll.
Okay.
5 or under, or I think 6 or under maybe for you. Yep, 6 or under.
1.
Yes.
You're kidding. 1.
I wish there was a camera right here right now.
Just 1. Yeah.
1 is a critical success in Dragonbane. And Akeem says, oh, well, it's all right. It's a nice night, and this won't be the first time I've slept under the stars. Young love must prosper, he says. So he takes up a spot towards the back of the ship, just kind of leans his head, against one of the rails, and with that, you can tell he's just kind of relaxing. So now it's just you two.
We have quite a mess to clean up. But not just the mess. We have something to get rid of. So that'll happen in the middle of the night. Yeah.
Sorry, Doc.
When I'm talking 3 a.m. type stuff is when we got to get rid of this body. But we gotta clean this room.
Is this the first guy this isn't the first guy you've killed? No.
Me?
No.
Yeah, no, you haven't. Yeah, I remember you killed the husband.
The abusive husband, yeah.
Raven Master, moving the body as soon as possible. All right, so you notice he's got little pieces like smears of blood that he's missed.
Right.
like on his face. Now it's good because it's dark and it would be hard for someone to see, you know, unless they were up close.
When I notice that as we're talking, I'll kind of, if I have to grab you and put me in between the line of sight, although it is dark, but to make sure that you're, you know, kind of,
The torchlights don't catch it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, pretty soon it's just the skeleton crew on deck at night. Everybody else is down below. It's getting, towards midnight, then 1 a.m, then 2 a.m. Oh, Howard coming on strong. Do a weekend at Bernie's. Can't hold his liquor.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do?
When we think that the coast is as clear as it possibly can be, take that body.
It ain't gonna get any clearer. There's always gonna be guys on deck. There's a guy in the crow's nest, a couple of other crew members. There's obviously somebody steering the ship.
Yeah, weekend at Bernie's type shit.
So I tell you what. There's never a point where like you're completely, objectively like clear, because there's always a place where somebody could see you, especially the guy in the crow's nest. Now is everybody paying attention all the time? You've noticed that occasionally people just kind of, stretch, relax, maybe talk to their fellow crew members. What is the plan here? This isn't happening. Tell me what the plan is.
I think that weekend at Bernie's to the back of the ship.
Mm-hmm.
I'll give looks over my shoulder to see if anybody's even watching us or even paying any attention to us whatsoever. And he's going overboard.
Okay.
If I can grab, I'm sure by this time I would notice. I mean, these ships keep their decks clean, they mop them and that. If I could, know where that mop and that bucket is, I'll try to secure
good
that.
thinking.
Mm-hmm.
You do see a spare one, yeah.
Yeah. If I have to dip it down in the barrel of water, whatever it is, and I'll
grab it on the way down.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. In fact, that was such a good thought. I'm not even going to make you roll for anything. You just kind of look for a time when the guy steering the ship the navigator is not looking. Just kind of pick it up and take it down.
Yes.
So now you have the cleanup material.
Yep.
All right. He's down there, and you're looking at him, and yeah, it's not a pretty scene. Like more blood, of course, has fallen out of his body. It's kind of pooled up below the hammocks. The hammocks are a little sticky. But remember, hammocks are just rope, so it's not like it's soaked or anything. I mean, the ropes might be a little soaked.
Honestly, they could be dipped in water, in the rushing water, and kind of rinsed and let it hang dry. And
all right, so he's just staring up, dead as Julius Caesar.
Otto, I got this?
Yeah.
Craven, you got this?
We went by Otto on this boat.
You went by Otto, yes.
Yeah, I told her my real name. I mean, Double D, when I'm on the back, he's going overboard.
Well, now that you have to tell me now, because this is, hold on. If you're going downstairs.
No, you tell me. Where do you think we are?
I said you guys are just kind of planning right now in the room, right?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, so just now tell me how exactly in detail what you're doing, because it can't just be like, well, I'm going to take him and throw him overboard.
Right.
Like this
wrap him up in some blankets like he's cold.
Okay.
Right. I didn't stab him in his neck. You said.
Like right below it. Right below it. Yeah. Yeah.
So around his blankets, covering up the wound, and walking him up like he had like he had too much to drink. Me and Roland both. I think it's going to take both of us to do that job.
All right. That's all I wanted to hear. I just needed to hear the plan. All right. So now, are you cleaning before or after?
After.
Okay. Okay.
Should we wait? Should we clean before?
Get him in the blood out of here.
Get him in the blood out of here at the same time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get him get him out of here, and then we'll blitzkrieg the cleanup.
So get him out and then clean up. I was thinking cleaning up before we get out. That way, if they're just like, go look at his stuff. Who was this man? Blah, 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 blah. In case we get caught upstairs. Throw man overboard. This guy just jumped.
Right.
You know? So let's clean up first.
All right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
All right. So you got a mop. You know, you can...
And my guy's going to do the majority of the cleaning. I'm not going to expect Roland to clean up my mess.
Oh no, I'll mop. Like I said, I'll wring the hammock out in the bucket of water before we get the water too dirty, and
okay. Consider the room as clean as it's ever going to get. Will it pass, like a black light inspection? Of course not. But you got most of the blood washed off. So now it's time to do the deed. So you're doing it Weekend at Bernie style?
Yes. The man had too much to drink.
All right. Okay. He's already getting a little stiff.
He threw up in the room in case we get stopped. This guy threw up in the room. We had to try to clean that and blah, 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 blah.
Well, good. It's the darkest part of the night.
The night is
it's
darkest always
It's a new
before the
moon,
dawn.
so there's no moon out. So everything is at your advantage right now. You come up the steps with him. It is kind of hard. It's harder to maneuver him than you might think.
Sure. Dead weight.
Yep. You come up. The only thing you see is one of the crew members, we'll say maybe like 20 feet away, just kind of looks like he's carving something. He's just kind of leaned up against one of the masts, and he just kind of takes notice and just kind of looks over and smiles and then continues carving.
Yeah. We're almost there. We're almost there. A couple more steps. And I'm coaxing along my drunk friend up these stairs. That's it. 1 foot right after another. You're doing good.
Okay. So, get him up, and then what, right to the rail? Or
Yep.
Okay, over to the rail.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then?
I'm looking behind over my shoulder. I mean, no one's paying attention. Huh?
No.
It's just three friends
Yep.
out on gallivanting.
Yep.
Over he goes.
Seems to be working.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
Over. Splash. What do you do?
Over my shoulder. Did that draw any attention?
It did. The guy carving, like...
What are you doing?
Man overboard, he says. And then you hear the other, two of the other crew members say, like, oh, not again. What's going on?
When I heard him say, man overboard, my cue is, my God, he just hit something on the ride down. And then he hit that, jutted rock. Disgusting.
There's no jutted rocks here. He might have hit the ship, though. He certainly could have hit the ship. Yeah.
Disgusting. I can't look.
The crew goes over, and the guy who was carving something, the crew member, looks at you and says, what happened?
He leaned over too far to throw up, and he fell right overboard. And I'll try to gag myself, Scott. I'm going to try to throw up because I just saw him crack his head open on this ship.
Yeah, make a bluff roll.
3.
Oof.
My rocks are hot tonight.
Yes, they are.
All right, so you make yourself gag.
Yeah.
And they kind of give you away, and they say, all right, calm down. Maybe we can still get him.
Please do.
But they got like lanterns out. They bring the ship to a stop. Now the captain's on deck, and not everybody is coming up, but some of the crew and the captain wants to be told, like, what's going on. The cabin boy that Carl, he comes up and says, what is it? What's going on?
Guy fell overboard. Was all...
Oh, my Lord.
Thank you, Kevin.
Yeah, thank you, Kevin. Who was it? The redhead?
The redhead.
Oh, my
He
Lord.
was pretty sloppy in the cabin. Threw up all over the place. We're
cleaning that up.
Captain comes over and wants to know what happened. The ship is now, it's still kind of being carried by its momentum, but they do have lanterns out. you can see the captain at some point just kind of shakes his head and then just says, tell me in detail, if you can, just what happened. He just leaned over.
He was drinking tonight heavily. Started getting sick in the room. We had to clean the room up.
Oh, it was a horrible mess.
He wanted some fresh air, couldn't walk on his own, so we walked him up here. We're trying to get some laps in, and I point over to the guy that we saw whittling, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll say he saw us just walking him around, trying to get him some fresh air, get his legs under him again. He wanted to go to the back of the boat and lean over because he was feeling sick. He leaned too far over and just went right over. And then the most disgusting thing happened, Captain. As I was watching him fall, he hit on the side of the boat in his head or neck area, and just blood just poured out of him. It was disgusting. It was disgusting.
I'm going to hurl. He turns around to the guy who was whittling, and he even says out loud, "Is that true?" And the guy looks at all of you, looks at the captain, and nods affirmatively. That's what that 12 is there. I made a bluff roll with advantage for you while you were taking him up to see if you were selling the scene.
Oh, that's my roll.
And that's your roll there. I rolled for you. And you just made it.
Ah.
Yes.
Hence.
What was the other roll?
That was the advantage. So the other roll wouldn't have made it. Yeah. But you just did make it. And so, so the guy whittling says, yeah, that happened pretty much as he says. Looked like he had maybe too much to drink or something. Terrible accident, Captain, but we ain't ever going to find him. You know that. And the captain says, yeah, you're right. All right, we'll do something in the morning. I don't want to panic the passengers. Everybody be careful, okay? He tells the crew. We can't have this kind of stuff. The captain says to you, did you know this fellow well?
We knew him from from in the city, working on the boats together. He was a stand-up guy.
Yeah.
Just tonight was in his cups. Just a little too much. He'll be
Okay.
missed.
Okay.
He was our friend.
Well, as long as we're all agreed, he looks at you. This was a terrible accident, right?
It was indeed a terrible accident.
Okay.
Terrible.
I would appreciate.
He was a friend. What was his name again?
Garlon, Gershwin.
Gentleman and a scholar.
Yep. He says, all right. Captain looks more just perturbed that somebody died on his ship, went overboard on his ship than anything else. But that's
His name's Garibay.
Yeah, his name's Garibay.
I can't keep track of it. I don't know.
Yeah, so you pulled it off. Akeem, comes over and talks with you and says, "Oh, what a tragedy! Boy, was it the young lady? Did things not work out there? I thought he was down there with her."
So
that I don't know.
Huh? He looks a little like he's got questions, but he's not saying it. He says, "Well, nobody's in the room, and
it might smell of the vomit though. There was throw up all over."
We tried mopping it up as best we could.
Oh, vomit. Maybe I'll just stay up here tonight.
I'm gonna go down and check on the room and maybe change my clothes or something. I just feel so.
Yeah. He's kind of looking. Again, it looks like he might have some questions, but he's keeping it quiet.
If he knows what's good for him.
Yeah. He's got to survive on this boat a couple more weeks, then he's home free. Okay. So, congratulations. You got away with murder again. And he is no longer gone. We hardly knew you, Goran.
I don't consider this murder. I think this is just, it was like security.
Taking out the trash.
Yeah.
Taking out the trash a little bit. All right. In the morning, what are you guys doing the rest of the night in the room? Just.
To add, I don't want to add suspicion to Akeem. I'll go sleep under the stars tonight. I'm going to try to clean the room up as best as I can.
Empty the bucket out, get some more water, and just give it another good wash through.
And then just go up and sleep on the
Okay.
Under the stars tonight.
Okay.
It'd be late night. Get up.
All right. I judge you've done an acceptable job in cleaning up after yourself, especially considering nobody really cares about this guy. And nobody's like coming down to like be a Hercule Poirot. And be like, let me see. Did the man really? Did he really have a rendezvous or not? Let us see. Nope. Everybody else just seemed to be like, tragedy. Oh, well. Morning comes, and then now word is getting around to everybody else, all the lady passengers, and the rest of the crew. The captain, the woman, Aurora, comes over to you and says, "Oh, he fell overboard. I didn't really like him, but boy, what a terrible fate."
I know.
She seems genuinely like, damn, that is too bad.
He just had perhaps a little too much to drink last night.
Well, be careful, she says. If you guys too don't get in your cups and meet the same fate.
I'm not much of a drinker.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stay dry on this ship. No pun intended.
Captain says a few words. This feller's name was Goran, and he met the fate so many have met. Down now, nestled into the bosom of the sea, and Our Lady who protects it. Everybody, remove your caps, please. All the sailors who have caps, remove it. Here's to Goran. We pray for his ghost and hope that he is well taken care of down at the bottom of the sea.
I'll say to Aurora, he was infatuated with you, my lady. In fact, he stole some of your clothes.
Really?
Oh, I was looking for my hat. I thought my mother had
and here it
misplaced
is. Your hat and your coat.
Did he not leave a message with us that the room would be occupied? Because we were gonna.
He thought that you were coming to see him last night.
So we went. And
She looks a little like weirded out. Like, oh, really?
It was when he was talking so much. It was just that you were going to come visit him.
He took my coat and my hat.
He took a coat and your hat. It was just odd. Just odd.
Indeed. She looks like, ugh. She just seems so revolted by it. Well, I must say, I was at first sympathetic, but now not so much.
I don't think he was stable in his head last night.
And quite frankly, I think this trip will be a lot more enjoyable and relaxing now that he's gone. I did not much like the way he looked at me over dinner a couple of times.
Under my breath to the camera, Zach Morris style. I didn't like the way he looked at all.
That's why I pushed him overboard. All right, so we can cut it here for the night. All right, good job. You got rid of old Goran. There he is.
I rolled really well tonight. I do admit that.
You did. Yeah, you did.
I needed an advantage on something when I had it because the other roll was not successful, but because I had advantage, it hit. I made it,
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah. Yep.
That critical one.
Holy smokes. This man. He is a prince.
Damn.
Howard Hughes.
Thank you.
Coming in at the end. Thank you not only for the $50, but just for sticking around and watching our hijinks. Howard Hughes, $50 super chat. There comes a time, thief, when jewels cease to sparkle, when the gold loses its luster. But today ain't that day.
That is one of my favorite quotes.
Stream. Yep.
Thank you so much.
It is, yeah. Howard, thank you so much. Much appreciated, my friend.
Thank you so very much.
Yep. All of you guys who super chatted, all you members. Yes, you guys are fantastic.
Ryan, thank you for understanding my Zach Morris.
Yes. Yeah, Crazymouse is a huge
I like
Saved by the Bell fan.
I grew up with that.
Yeah. All right, so that went more or less. You got that nice sneak attack. We'll have to see how it works in old Dragons.
It was I
Slayer.
apologize. It was my own fault. I saw the note where I get the double the dice.
Yeah. It'll be
increased by 1, but at the top it has damage, bonus, agility,
Yeah.
plus a die 4, so I actually got that as well.
Yep. Yeah, he wasn't. He was down to like 1 hit point, so he wasn't doing much anyway. Not without his his own knife. So all right, that's all.
Oh, I have that too. Yeah, I have a bonus as well. I got to make sure I remember that.
Well, we'll see if it transfers. Whatever transfers over
we'll
when we
figure
do it there.
Thank you everyone for sticking around with us tonight.
Thanks a lot.
Love you guys. Yeah, again, Howard, thank you for that very generous super chat. Great line from Max von Sydow, Conan the Barbarian.
That is a good line.
Yep. Did you ever see the behind the scenes like stuff? They did an interview with Max von Sydow, and they filmed a scene where he got assassinated.
Yes.
And he just said there was so much blood, probably much like Goran, that it was just, he said it looks ludicrous. There was so much blood coming out. So they just scrapped it. But he was actually murdered by Thulsa Doom's cultists in the movie. Off screen, but they did film something.
Now, I'm not sure, but I heard that the actor who's in that room in his chambers there, they pan to him, and he was the one that was going to do the killing, was the country music star.
Oh, really?
But I don't know.
I'll have to rewatch. I'll have to rewatch that.
That is just a rumor I had heard. I can't think of the guy's name. Not Merle Haggard. Oh, Shoestrings.
Huh. Country music. Wow. Ryan Nilsson Slater is a family surname. A.C. Slater. King Osric was a great character. Was indeed. Yep. All right, guys. Well, these guys have they have earned a little something. I'm not sure what to. I'm not sure what I should give them.
Well, we haven't.
I mean, like
our
in the
plan
indie
came to it. We had to improvise on that plan. I was hoping more of a commotion at the front of the ship because I wanted to kill him Nighthawk style.
Yeah. That was a great plan. I had to give it at least a fair chance to get Fubard, just because it is such close quarters. And hey, if he had rolled yes, he probably would have been less mess. But
and
same result.
15 feet away. When you said, "Oh, they're 15 feet away," 15 feet's just not very far at all.
Yeah, but I tell you what, because that happened, it kind of set up the dominoes, for the ending, for him being, in his cups, trashed and.
Weekend at Bernie's never fails. All right, so I'll leave you with some Graham Bonnet, I think, tonight. We'll do a little Graham Bonnet. Love you guys. We'll see you next week. I'm going to try to bang out a video if I can this weekend. So we will talk very soon. Love all you divers out there. Again, thank you all the super chatters, all the
channel members.
Channel members, yep. You guys are great. Thanks for supporting the channel. The rest of you guys, love you too. Love you all. Peace.
Like and subscribe.
Yeah.